Hey, gang. Welcome. Hey. It is episode 144, Uncensored Minds Reloaded. We are here on this lovely Sunday evening. I hope that everyone has had an amazing weekend. We had beautiful weather all around. So I am hoping that everyone tapped in, as always, with family, friends, your closest loved ones, got out, had a good time, had some fun, and was able to indulge in this weekend because you know what? It's Monday and we're back at it, the grind. So what's up, everybody? Make sure to like and share the video. Make sure to tap the live bell notification so that way you can always be tapped in. If you do not have your merch, make sure you grab that. It's a lot of dope merch floating around, so make sure you go and grab some. If you are not a member, please tap into one of the crew. Ask us how you can join us. We have some dope members only content and perks. You already know. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Spread the word. Join us, the Uncensored Minds family. We thank you all for joining us. Make sure to say something in the chat so I can see who all is here. Good evening, everyone. Truly appreciate everyone for joining and tapping in. So tonight, it's going to be just a tad bit different. If you could tell, I am back in my remote location. We are going to put up some blue hearts and some prayer hands for our brother, our trio, the third uh, component to this Uncensored Minds crew. Nell, we are sending you our love and our prayers. So please, his family is going through a tough time right now. And we want to show him some love and let him know that we all stand firmly behind him and that we love him. So please put up your royal blue hearts and your prayer hands for our brother Nell. I'm going to say a quick prayer. He actually is the one that normally does this, and he is so eloquent when he does it. But I am going to try to follow in his footsteps this evening, because we want to let him know that his Uncensored Minds family stands with him tonight and always, and that we wrap our arms around him and his family during this rough time. Um, and that, just to let him know that we love him. Heavenly Father, we thank you this evening for joining us. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this platform. We thank you for this Uncensored Minds family. We thank you for our brother Nell, Heavenly Father. We just want to say, wrap your arms around him and his family, dear God, as they go through this rough time. Let them know that there is peace that passes all understanding, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, we ask that you just give them the strength to endure what is coming up in this few weeks, Heavenly Father. And we just want to let him know that he has us standing behind him strong and tall. But even more so, Heavenly Father, we want to let him know that you are there for him and his family. And now we bow our heads and we say amen. All right. Now, please put up some additional prayer hands for another Uncensored Minds family member, Barbara Jones. Her niece is actually missing, Chandra Elise Sturdifin. She's only 17 years old, and from what we understand, she is missing in the area of Southampton County, Virginia. So please let us throw up some prayer hands that this young lady gets brought home safely, um, and no harm, and just in one piece to her family. Barb, we send you love from the Uncensored Minds family. We appreciate you as well. Just send up some praying hands. The devil is surely busy, but you know what? We are strong. We stand unified, and the Uncensored Minds family, we tight knit over here. We stick together. So shout out to everybody that is sending up those prayers. Make sure that all the prayer warriors get it in, get it in, get it in. All right, all right, all right. So, as I stated, it is episode 144, and we are going to bring a dope show for you tonight. So, I hope you got your water or your wine, whatever is your choice. I'm sure I'll be having some wine in a little bit. So, make sure that you are ready to go for this dope show. So, we're going to open up the show like we normally do. Okay. It is going to be the icebreaker. All right. Now, let me just say this. This is like one of the best icebreakers that I could ever answer because I am a sweet, sweet, sweet freak. Okay. So, what is your favorite cake and or ice cream flavor? So, let me tell y'all, red velvet for me. Okay. That is my favorite cake. And my favorite ice cream is butter pecan. Now, if I want to be slick and I want to be super greedy, I'm going to mix a pound cake with the butter pecan and caramel topping. So that is my favorite cake and ice cream flavor. Let me know in the chat what you guys, what's your favorite ice cream? What's your favorite cake? Do you do both? Do you not do either? Is the sweets too much? I know some people say that I can't do the ice cream and cake. It's too much. It's too sweet. I'm with all the sweets, okay? And I'm going to take that over food any day. And it's not necessarily the best thing to do or to have, but I'm definitely greedy for sure. Yes, T, I'm definitely greedy. But let me know in the chat what is your favorite. Oh God, Rhonda. Death by Chocolate and Marble. I love it. I love it. Now, that's the one thing for me, Rhonda. Chocolate, I love chocolate so much, but I can't do a chocolate cake. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I don't get the right chocolate cakes. Maybe I get the ones that are kind of drier or more dense. But I need to have the chocolate cake you have, Rhonda. Diana, my mom loves rainbow sherbet. I swear that is her favorite. She could eat that all day, every day. Sarah, butter pecan, chocolate icing on vanilla cake. Yum. T, you talk about me greedy. Strawberry ice cream and cheesecake. Yummy, yummy. I see you guys love the sweets. Helen, pound cake and butter pecan. Cynthia, strawberry shortcake. And everybody loves butter pecan. Yes, butter pecan, red velvet. Yes, Juanita, me and you are twinsies. I see everybody loves the butter pecan ice cream. I'm totally with that. The sweets, man, that's my shit. Like I will actually do the sweets over, like I said, over food or over salty snacks. Lady B, you know what? The carrot cake for me is like my second runner up, but it has to be like really good carrot cake. I get some carrot cake that is just whack. Lady B, you just saying all the good stuff. Pistachio ice cream. Well, I see y'all love the sweets. I love the sweets too. Listen, listen, listen. Make sure that y'all tap into y'all sweets. Don't say I didn't try to warn you though, because it will make your back big. All right, all right, all right. We're moving right along until our brother T gets here to join me, which will be very shortly, but we're going to get into the entertainment quick spin. Guess what? BET says no, 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 no to Tyler Perry. Basically Tyler Perry and his investors and his group of investors, they basically stood firm in making a $2 billion offer to purchase the Paramount umbrella of BET VH1. And Paramount said, listen, we want 3 billion. Y'all falling way short. So there was talks, negotiation, trying to see if Tyler and his group of investors were coming up with the funds and raising the bid. Yeah, they weren't having it. So eventually the talks and the negotiations went dead and they just canceled the whole sale, which means that as of this moment, Tyler Perry will not own the Paramount Group, which is BET, VH1, and BET Plus. So I know that we had covered this in a few shows back. A lot of people were saying, oh, we don't know about how the programming would be with Tyler, taking over and now becoming owner. What is the programming going to be like? Is it going to be good? And we were also equally as excited that a Black man would have full control over the channel that we love, and would hope that he would implement more music, more other movies, different shows, etc. So tell me what you guys are feeling now that it's possible that the whole deal is in the trash and Tyler will not be the owner of the Paramount Group, BET, VH1, etc. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Listen, I love Tyler Perry just as a Black man, his story, his background, what he came from, what he built, how magnificent he is in his consistency. I think, he is a dope individual. Although I will say a lot of the programming is flood, 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 flood. With that his stuff. So I would like to see, had he purchased BET, that he would have been able to just like implement some more music and different programs, etc. So let's see what you guys have to say. Helen says, are they kidding? They didn't want him to have it anyway. Yeah, Helen, I agree, because I feel like, they probably did what they needed to do to keep him at bay, maybe, possibly, just because they didn't want him to have it. So that could be a number of different reasons why the deal or the sale didn't actually go through, excuse me. Diana says BET may not be on too much longer. Right. Because I mean, if you think about it, uh, let's just say Tyler Perry pulls all of his programming. Let's just say, which is the majority of what is on TV now. And a lot of his followers are the ones that are actually, tuned in faithfully, all of his shows and his lineups, etc. What if he says, okay, they flim-flammed me on this sale, and now I'm back and I'm pulling all of my stuff. I'm pulling all of my stuff. BET Plus is, I'm going to say 90% Tyler Perry, his plays, the shows that he has, anything that he writes, everything is like BET Plus is almost all Tyler Perry. So if he decides to pull his programming, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because then what will it be? They'll be scrambling, trying to find all different programming people that, want to place their stuff on there. And it might not be as successful. So, Diana, you might be exactly right. Lady B says they do not want us to control any programming at all. Yeah. I mean, it's sad to say, but honestly, if he attained that, wow. I mean, the power he would have, the control he would have, not only over programming, but of a lot of people's paychecks. So, I mean, to place him in a position of power such as that, when it is used to being held by other individuals, yeah, they definitely might not like that. So, oh, Tyler, I don't know. Maybe they'll come up with another billion, go back to the table and meet the $3 billion request of Paramount. And we'll see. Maybe he might come out on top after all. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, let's see what we got next. Moving right along in the entertainment quick spin. I know y'all know this story. We talked about this, I believe, 1 or 2 weeks ago. Keke Palmer went to the Usher show in Las Vegas. She had on a little see-through number, and her boyfriend and her baby father got highly upset that she was at the Usher concert. She was a little snug and a little close with Usher. Usher serenaded her, and she was giddy, just like a little school child. And he got hot. Okay. It was a lot of banter back and forth on social media. We all remember this. Now we don't know what is going on with their relationship. Is it up in the air? Are they together? Are they not? It's a lot of innuendos being thrown back and forth. Keke just having a whole field day out here on social media. And she is definitely taking advantage of all of the newfound interest in her and in her world. So, but now they have taken it a step further. Usher and Keke are now in a video together. Usher's new song, Boyfriend, okay, that just dropped, I believe, on Friday. It's a dope video. I actually like it and I think it's very cute. It actually mirrors exactly what happened. The video is talking about your boyfriend is mad at me. I heard he's looking for me, and she's going to the concert and she's reciting his lyrics and she's all giddy with her girlfriends, and the boyfriend is mad. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think that Keke is just pushing it? She is just doing too much. They just riding with this scenario and going with it. Tell me what y'all are thinking about this Usher and Keke situation, because listen, I'm telling you, Keke is on fire right now. Sis is not playing. She is 100% business. And listen, you either like it, Darius, or you don't. You sit down or you keep it pushing, one or the other. So tell me what y'all are thinking. Did anybody see the video? Did anybody actually watch it? A couple of my girlfriends said they didn't want to watch it. They said, we ain't really interested. Keke, you have a seat. So Lady B says, I think she's trying to shoot her shot on the low. Listen. Lady B, I think you're right. Usher was looking kind of good in that video though. Like, so I actually wouldn't blame her, but we know how everybody feels about Usher. If Nell was on here, he'd be like, what you like? You like dude with the herpes? He got the herpes. So um Lady B, he is a great performer and he's cute too. But I think Keke is actually playing her cards right as far as this is concerned. Now, as far as her relationship is concerned, she might be pushing the envelope a little bit, and she might be not really doing the right thing as far as a relationship goes. But business wise, Keke is on her shit and she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Listen, it's all about doing what you need to do to excel your career. She's a businesswoman. That's typically what it all was. This is all a business move for her. And she's smart. But in regards to a relationship, I can see where it can be sticky, but she's young. So, whatever choices she chooses to make, she is going to have to live with them, Diana. Yeah, I see. And any decision that she makes, yeah, she will have to live with it. And it may be regret. She may say, you know what, I shouldn't have did that. Or it may be a one up for her because, like, I mean, listen, if he's insecure and he can't hang, it's going to be plenty more of individuals like Usher that might come along that he might be insecure about. I don't really think she carried herself out of pocket or any other way that really would have been offensive. But, he's got to be a little more secure, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Lady B, girl, his show in Las Vegas is amazing. I want to go. We need a girls' trip to go there, y'all. Let's get some tickets. Janine, check it out. Let me know what you think, because a lot of people that I did ask who watched it, they was like, oh, it was okay. I thought it was super cute. Like just the way they tied it all in. And actually at the end, she pretends like she answers the phone, like she overslept. And she's like, oh, what did she say? I'm a mother after all. So she like tied in the whole thing. And I know he probably was watching this video, Darius, her boyfriend. I know he was probably watching this video like, she is too much, because they definitely went there and they definitely took it there. Rhonda, I don't think they are married. I think they are just, you know, in a partnership, in a relationship, just had a baby. I don't even think they were engaged to be married. So I think that would have definitely have switched the dynamic a little bit if in fact they were married, because then it could in fact be said, hey, listen, you're behaving in such a way that is not appropriate to your husband. But and not that it should be okay to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form in a relationship. I'm not saying that. But for her, it's all business moves. Obviously it takes preparation for videos, so it is possible that when she went to the Usher show, this whole boyfriend situation was already lined up. Like, you know what I mean, that was already in the play, already in the works, probably already being filmed. It is just consecutively being dropped. So I think that this all was wrapped in and tied into one another, and maybe he did feel some type of way about it, or maybe he just going with the ride, like, bring home that money, honey. I don't know, but either way, she definitely making those business moves. So shout out to Keke, man. I hope you guys check out the video. It's pretty cute, and it's something to chit chat about. Also, I tell you, it's definitely a cute little song. Usher still, like, after all of these years, Usher still get it popping. It's a little bop, y'all. I was surprised because the last few songs that he had out, I didn't really care for. So we'll see how that talk continues, moving right along. Now, listen, I don't know if you guys watched the franchise Black Ink. I've watched pretty much all of them wherever they were. Chicago, wasn't in Miami. I've watched them all. Phor, okay, Black Ink Chicago star Phor posted something on his X page, which X is formerly Twitter. He posted something on his X page that had a lot of people talking over this past week. He was photographed in a cage, guys, in a cage, butt ass naked, okay? And his caption says, got put in time out. I've been a bad boy. Now, if in fact you know who Phor is and you follow him across the socials, you will know Phor is for the bullshit. Okay. He is into some kinky fetishes, and he is not afraid to be expressive about any of that. Okay. So this picture was very calm and mild in comparison to what he typically will post. And most of his stuff just drives traffic to his OnlyFans. And it's a way to make money, it's a way to engage, it's a way to get people to follow, to talk, and to get active in his world. So it sent a lot of people going crazy. He also recently did an interview with Angela Yee where he states that he had a threesome with a tranny. Okay. Now, in that interview, he goes over this whole scenario about how he is involved with a girl, and a girl brings another girl in. It just so happened to be a tranny. He didn't know at that time. He was enjoying it. He was into it. He found out after the fact, said it was one of the dopest experiences that he's ever had. And he would be willing to do it again. And he also advocates for the transgender community. Um, and he's down with it. So did any of y'all see the picture? Because I was like, for what is going on? I mean, even for me, I'm a freak. I like a whole bunch of shit. But that, come on, for last night was mad real. Haunted. Last night was mad real.
Last night was mad real. You stupid.
Last night was mad real. What's up, T?
What's up, man? How's everybody doing, man? First of all, welcome everybody to the conversation that we call Uncensored Minds. Be sure that y'all like and share the video, hit that thumbs up button underneath, and put some birthday cakes or some celebration emojis in the chat for Ish. Because she's crazy.
Yes. Thank you. Now,
What's up,
T, you
though,
got
man?
on, and now everybody's saying we got an echo.
It's me with the echo.
Lordy.
Let me see, man. What's up, Tara? Let me see, man. I don't know, man. StreamYard don't fuck with us no more, man.
Oh no. Angelia,
Angelia,
I
I
know. They
know. They
said,
said
Phor
Ford
said,
said
leave him the
leave him the
fuck
fuck
alone.
alone. Man, Ford's out of pocket. Is this still an echo, y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it
mean, it
wasn't an
wasn't an
echo
echo
before you
before
got
you got
on,
on.
though.
Until I got on.
Until you got on. So
So
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I
All right, I
know.
know. Let me see what's happening.
Angelia, let
Angelia,
me
let me
tell
tell
you,
you,
I was
I was
sober.
sober.
I had to
I had to
get
get
drunk
drunk
when I
when
got
I got
home
home
after the
after the
party.
party. Let me see what's happening here, man. I don't know why, man.
Oh no. When you was on, you didn't hear me. I didn't have an echo when you was on, right? Like when you
No,
was on watching it.
no.
Well, let me get my wine while you figure that out.
All right. What's up, people?
So,
Shout out to Nell. Put some prayers in the chat for Nell. I know Ish was saying that he's having family issue or whatever, but he probably just got mono. I'm gonna just say he got mono. But shout out to Nell.
shout out to Nell. We love you now.
Shout out to Nell, man. Let me know in the chat if the echo is still going on. I might need to take my mic out, man. I
Oh
don't know,
yeah.
man. Do we still got a echo, people?
Let
Ish,
me
go ahead and
see.
get you got your wine.
I got my
I got my
wine.
wine. Oh, all right.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
still
we
hear
still
the
hear the
echo.
echo. The echo is still there. All
Yeah.
right. Mm.
Now the echo is gone, but we can't hear you. Uh, Well, while T is working on that, thank you to everybody who liked and shared the video. T, we can't hear you, but the echo is gone. Um, thank you to everyone who liked and shared the video. We truly appreciate you. T's working out his technical kinks over there. They be trying to say that it's me all the time. It don't be me. I'm just teasing. Thank you for all the happy birthday shouts. I truly appreciate all the love that I got this week. I had
I
an
had an
amazing
amazing.
ooh,
Ooh. What's up?
ooh.
Ooh. Is the
It's
echo
bad.
still there?
Yes.
Yes. It's bad.
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna go out and come back in.
I think it's definitely StreamYard. Thank you guys for being patient with us while we were having these technical difficulties with the echoing. It echoes when it's multiple of us on the screen. But again, thank you guys for all the birthday
All the birthday
wishes. I had
wishes. I
such an
had such an
amazing
amazing
time.
time. All right, is it still there, people? What's up? It's still there, Ish? They said that's when you talk, Ish, not when I talk.
I
I
know, but
know, but
it's
it's
only
only
when
when
you're
you're
on.
on.
I don't
I don't
have it
have
when
it
I'm
when
by
I'm by
myself.
myself.
All right,
All
I'm
right,
gonna
I'm
go
gonna go
out.
out.
Bye.
Bye. You go out and then come back in, Ish. What's up, people? How y'all doing? I want to say about Keke wilding out. Sometimes we do things for unnecessary attention. She's Keke Palmer. She don't need to do all of that. She's good. She's been doing this for years. She don't need to do all the extraness. But I get it. It's a part of the industry. It's a part of the game. But is it worth your relationship? Because now they're saying that relationship is a rizap. So I don't know, man. We'll see. What's up, Ish? You still here, Ish?
I'm scared to talk.
I'm scared to talk. I can't. What are we doing here, people?
I don't know. StreamYard don't like us together.
That's what I'm saying, man. What is happening here, people? Is the echo bad?
I think so. Yeah, and it's me. They're saying it's me.
All right, just see if you could turn your volume down some, Aisha.
Okay. Hmm. Hello, T. I can't hear you, T.
Aisha, you heard me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What'd
Hello?
you say?
Are we alive, people?
Hello.
Aisha,
Can you
can you
hear me,
hear me?
T?
Yeah, I can hear you. Turn your volume down, or is your phone near you?
Yeah, my phone is in the same place as normally, like over in the corner.
You might have to put your phone on airplane mode.
I can't hear you, T.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is the commercial. Can you hear me now?
Hmm.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but you like going in and out. I don't know if it's me. So we apologize for this technical difficulties that we're trying to work out. T, say something. Can't hear, can't hear you, T.
All right, can you hear me now?
Hmm.
All right, you might have to put your phone on airplane mode for a
Okay,
second,
let's see.
just to clear that out. Yeah, Diana, some people would rather the clout than their relationship, but if the clout ends your relationship, how strong was your relationship? Like, was that a solid relationship? Or was that just somebody that she was with for the time being?
Who we talking about, Kiki?
Yeah.
My phone is on airplane now. I actually turned it off.
Is it still echoing?
Hmm.
I can't hear the echo.
Yeah.
Y'all hear the echo? Is it bad? How Rhonda gonna say it's something I'm doing with my Wi-Fi? I didn't do shit with my Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, let's just try to see. No, I turned my phone off
All right,
now.
I'm going out.
Okay, so now that T is gone, can y'all say if y'all hear the echo now, please? Because if so, then I am going to leave the show for the rest of the evening. Can y'all hear the echo now? Just say something in the chat for me real quick, just so that we can like try to figure out what the issue is. Can y'all hear the echo? Unfortunately, okay, so no echo now. That is just me. So it seems that StreamYard, when both of us get together, um, it kind of creates an interference of some sort. So right now the echo is not in, and we truly apologize. Sometimes these devices and these technologies, honeys, they don't be acting like they got any sense. So we do apologize for the echo, the issues, and that we've been dealing with that for a couple of weeks now. So it's probably StreamYard. We don't really know what's going on. So we'll try to make the best of it when T pops in. Um, and we'll see what he has going on. So yeah, just in regards to Keke, just in regards to for everybody out here acting a damn fool. That's all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. Nelly, now.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Hello?
do we have an echo with Nell?
Yeah, we got echo.
You got an echo?
Yeah, but check it out. We're just going to rock just like this tonight. So, thank you to everybody out there for throwing the prayers up. I couldn't let my people go tonight without coming on here. So, I just wanted to say thank y'all. Thank you. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we having some technical difficulties. We lost T for a minute. It was a bad echo. Now, when I'm by myself, of course, there is no echo. T disappears, so he's trying to get things situated. Don't seem like it's an echo with me and you. We just finished up the Phor.
So I was listening to the show backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. I love your prayer. Thank you on behalf of me and my family.
Mm-hmm. You're
Thank.
welcome.
Um, the Phor thing is crazy. We're not going to skip over that. The Phor thing is
No.
the Usher and Lil Shorty is crazy. We're not going to skip over that. And I I apologize for not being at your party yesterday because I see T has had a great time because he's
I
hung up.
wasn't even there.
T wasn't even there. That's why I said last night was mad real because T got on the sunglasses. I don't even got on the sunglasses. I should have had what I was going to do is I was going to have sunglasses and a little bottle of Advil, like right here.
So just to give, I hate telling my business, but I know a lot of people just been hitting me up ever since y'all said I wasn't going to be on here tonight. I had a death in a family, unexpected, back to back Saturday. Two family members um, that I love immensely, that were very close, and um, just that has been weighing on my mind the past 2 weeks because I've been dealing with one, and then the other one was such a shock when it happened that it just took me over the edge. Am I in a great place right now mentally? Nah. If somebody had to ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at mentally? I'd probably say -2. I'm not even in the positive numbers right now, but we got a job to do. And as I said countless of times before, um, this is my therapy session. Even talking to my support system, they said, you got to get on the show just because I know how it brings you joy. That's your element. It is your peace. But then when I seen them struggling a little bit with the audio, let me get on this motherfucking shit and see what we got going on. So thank you
It's
again.
going now.
I see. Maybe it needed me.
T went out and I was having a convo. And
A whole nother computer now, man.
Maybe it's just needed the three of us because remember on Wednesday we had Echo, just the two of us. So maybe StreamYard just loves to see the three of us together, just like everybody else out there. So shout outs to the Uncensored Minds family for showing up tonight. We appreciate y'all.
No, I told people you had mono, man.
I seen that shit. I think I do because of my voice is so raspy. It's from crying. Like honestly, I've been crying. I've been crying. I've been crying. I've been crying. Like, and a little background about me. I ain't gonna take too much of the time though, but I am really conscientious of death. Like I am very conscious of what death is and what it looks like and what it feels. But this time right here really had me because the person that were going through the trials and tribulations until they transition was somebody who honestly I thought was going to bury me,
Right.
always going to be here, and we know that's not the case. Um, Amazing to everybody whose paths she crossed. Just a ball of inspiration, a ball of love, just like my biggest supporter, one of my biggest supporters, and to lose that, and to be honest with you, I lost her the same day that I lost Lou. Lou's actual passing was this past week, where he died. So to have that, my two of my main things in life that brought me joy, that brought me happiness, that brought me love, ain't here. And I struggled. I struggled with the thoughts of did I do enough? Me as myself, did I do enough to show my love to them? Was I available enough when they needed me? Did I put did I put frivolous things like work and fun and
I tell people, man.
over spending time with people that matter, right? And it came down on me like a ton of bricks. And I know people say you got to get it out, you got to grieve, you got to grieve, you got to let it, you got to cry, you got to let it out. Yeah, it's therapeutic, but then after the tears dry, the memories are still there, and you're still searching for answers, and that's where I'm at right now. So that's why tonight, my team, I can't say it enough, was so inspirational. And I told this to them yesterday. That how I was feeling as far as we've been in contact, every time, every day we talk. But I kind of like gave them a little bit of insight of where I was at mentally yesterday, and they were just like, without hesitation, take your time, do you? You need to fall back, fall back. We got you. Um, and I'm one of them people who, not a perfectionist, but I love to do it the right way. And the right way is always the three of us, because I know what that looks like to the outside world. Y'all get joy in seeing the three of us come together on Sunday nights. And when y'all don't see that, y'all kind of be up in arms and let's go. We get it. But then just me, just the person in me, the loyal person in me, the loyal to the shield, which is Uncensored Minds and all the other things that we got going on here. I just had to be here, But then they said, yo, they reinforced right before the show, yo, just fall back and just get you back in order. And however long that takes, it takes. But then here we go, we struggling with the sound again.
We scrape now.
It's great, but I
We
just
scrape now.
wanted to say that because I don't know what emotion may come out of me tonight.
Right.
I don't know what emotion may come out of me tomorrow or whatever. And y'all might even just see me sitting here with my eyes watering because I'm thinking. And then some of the topics that we going to discuss tonight is going to hit home in some of those things. But then too, I always knew that that person was right here watching every Sunday.
Right.
Only watching Sunday, but rewatch the show Tuesday to critique my performance and tell me what I could do right. Why I shouldn't have said that. How the hell could I had to talk to KD like that? Or why did T say this and T? But it was love. And that's what I'm gonna miss the most is being able to have a physical, that physical presence that I'm no longer going to be able to experience. And that's why we say every time here, love on your people.
Love
Don't
on
be
your
quick,
people, man.
don't be so quick to dispose people just cause you and your emotions. Like emotions are something that is ingrained in our fiber. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't always necessarily mean it's a fact. And when I say that to say, if you look deep within it, you will see holes in those feelings that you're feeling, that you can put some logic to it and make it a fact, but turn it around to where it's a benefit for the parties to be that are going through whatever emotions that you're feeling. Because God forbid you wake up the next day and you get a phone call, you get a text, you get some kind of information that says that person ain't here no more. You can't go back and fix that.
Facts. I always want to say on that note now that a lot of times in our daily basis people is focused on chasing the bag or I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm the one who's been through those experiences of there not gonna be a tomorrow. So I'm trying to tell y'all from firsthand experience, take that time and enjoy that time with the people that you love because those tomorrows are not always guaranteed. So you can't keep putting those things off just for a monetary gain. What's up, Aisha?
That's so true. That's so true. Never know. It's not promised.
Facts.
Not promised.
Where we at, Ish? What's on the board?
What is on the board? Well, I mean, did you? I know we were having some sound difficulties, but did you tap into Phor? Your
No,
thoughts on
I
Phor?
didn't tap into Phor. What I want to say about Phor is I do watch Black Ink Chicago. Black Ink New York is probably my favorite one, but I
Mm,
do watch Black Ink Chicago too. But
mm,
Phor has always been a little risque.
mm.
But what I want to say is that is a prime example of when your freakiness has gone too far. Now, I'm all with the 50 Shades of Grey shit. Like, we could do bondage, we could do the paddle spanking, we could do all these little cute things. But as far as you putting me in a cage, Ish, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't getting in the cage, man. You're going too
Right.
far. You're going too far, good brother. You're going too far.
So, do you think that the expression of his sexuality um has to have a limit, period, or should it just
I,
have
I
a
mean,
limit to what you express to the world?
I mean, to each his own. I don't think nobody should have put limits on themselves. But
Hmm.
you don't have to display that for the world. Even if you are doing promotion for your OnlyFans, then be ready for the backlash of that. Like, don't post it and then get mad at the backlash. If you post it, you got to take the backlash too.
Hmm. Right,
So
right.
if
Well,
you want to do that, then go ahead and do that. But don't get mad at the backlash.
yeah, because he was pissed. Leave me the
Right,
fuck alone is basically what he was saying.
right,
I don't bother nobody. But my thing is when you do, and this is how I don't feel like people should tame themselves. I do feel like that everything ain't for everybody, and I understand. You have a platform that you are, using to make money, etc., and you want to get that engagement, and you want to drive people to the area to where you're going to make that money, but I also feel like that there should be a limit as to what you expose people to, because once you expose individuals to certain things, they're going to be open to have an opinion.
right.
And that opinion may not coincide with what it is that you are feeling or thinking, etc. You can't be mad at somebody for having an opinion or thought about what it is that you chose to put out for the world to see and to speak on. So I do agree with you there. Like his the way he addressed the backlash
Right.
was wild.
Right.
It definitely was wild. And so it's just like, damn, for you might be losing some fans
But
over some of that.
before we get off of pause, but before we get off of um the whole accidentally smash the train. I don't we
You
not
don't buy
going
that.
yeah, we not
You
we,
don't
we
buy that.
not we not here for that. You don't accidentally smash your trans, man. You smashed the trans and you went through with it and you liked it, and now he's saying he got turned out by how would you feel, Ish, if not only if it was a guy that you were dealing with, but just like a friend? Do you look at the friend different if they tell you they smashed the tranny and now they're on a different path?
Yeah, I mean, listen, especially depending on the type of friend, I'm always going to ride with my friends no matter what, like whatever decisions you
No,
make,
no,
right?
no, no, no. Each Nell cannot call me. Say he smashed the
No, but you love your
tree. And
brother,
he's on a
right?
different
You
path
might not
now.
agree with it. You love your brother. You might
I
not
do
agree
love
with
him, but
it.
we ain't
Yeah.
doing
You
that.
might not agree with him. Yeah,
No,
and
Ish,
you
we not
might look
doing
at
that.
him. You might look at him a little bit differently, like, well,
Mm-mm.
damn, Nell done jumped out the window, but you still
Ish.
gonna love him though
Now
and
we
treat him
have
the
to
same, right?
distance. Now we can still love you from afar, but now we have to distance myself from you because you wilding. You going too far.
Listen, I don't believe that it was an accidental situation. I feel like that was just a segue for him to be able to express that he did that. But
Right.
my thing is just keep it 100. Like you already came out with the situation. Like you
But
already
my
came
whole
out.
thing be like, nobody asked you for this information, dog.
I know, but again,
You voluntarily keep copping up all this information that nobody asked you for. They got the
right.
picture. No, did you see the picture of him in the big red boots with his legs in the air getting pegged? Come on, what we
Yeah,
doing, man?
yeah. See, that's again is what limits do you get to get that engagement? I mean, to what limits do you go to get engagement for the sake of profit? Like some of this shit just be outrageous,
So,
but he's making money.
So you being a woman, each, and y'all women in the chat, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about this. Do you look at your guy any different if he likes to get pegged?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking at. I'm definitely gonna be looking at a nigga different. Definitely,
I'm saying, like,
definitely. I but me definitely like into kinks and fetishes and stuff. I understand that you don't necessarily have to be gay or bisexual or anything to like certain
can
shit
you tell the
pertaining to
people?
your
Can you tell the
anus.
people what pegged is, Ish?
So pegged is basically a man getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah, either by a strap
Okay,
on
by a
or a
strap
dildo
on,
or anything of
a
that nature.
dildo, finger, whatever. Like he likes anal play, and that is just simply because that's where a man's G spot is.
Not mine.
That's
It's
what I'm about to
there.
say. No, thank you.
I mean, it's there. Y'all just ain't tap into it.
Not
Nah,
mine.
Ish, I
Like,
enjoy my regular orgasm.
Yeah, mine.
right, right. But are some men who've experienced it, like, and they just love it because it's a feeling like no other. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, we're
So
not
they
doing
going,
that.
yeah, they going to tap into it. And for, I think it's for him, it's just to get people talking. It's just to get people talking shit. It's just to get people who are into those kinks to go to his
I'm saying
OnlyFans to
all
subscribe.
attention ain't good attention, man.
Right.
All
Well, he
attention
said,
ain't
"Fuck
good
it."
attention, man. And yeah, he wants people to go to his OnlyFans, but at what expense? Now, at this point, we selling our souls for anything now.
Yep, that's what they do. Like, and you think about how much people place onto social media
Mm.
just for the likes, just for the attention, just for the engagement. Like they telling it all. They giving you play by plays. They exposing themselves. Shit that you don't even want to know. That's what they are doing. So
All right,
I
Ish, I want to get
mean,
off this nigga. Pause again, but I want to get off this nigga.
for you out of control. You are out of control.
What's
For I
up, man?
cannot.
Let's talk about the mamas. Let's talk about the
Oh,
mamas, man.
oh God. This one is wild, y'all. A local
All right, people.
Philadelphia woman. You ready? Go ahead, T.
What is it, like Bucks County or something? Well, on the
Mm-hmm.
outskirts of Philly, there was this woman who was entangled with a man who was her boyfriend, I would say, and he's a father of 9, and they were together for a while, I would say, and then they broke up. So after the breakup, she gets her son to kill this man at his job. So the son goes there, sees him outside of his job, getting ready to go into work, shoots him not only once or twice, but stands over top of him and like basically empty a clip out on this bull. So the mother and the son get locked up for killing her ex-boyfriend. But the kicker of the story is the mother then testifies against the son to get a reduced sentence and not get hit with a guilty or a death penalty charge. So she testified against her own son after she got him to kill her ex-boyfriend. So, what's your thoughts, Ish?
Wow. Let me just say this. She's 56.
Facts.
Her son is 35. You
First of
take a
all,
plea.
hold on, Ish. First of all, I love my mama, but if this nigga ain't putting no hands on you or nothing, we just not gonna go kill this boy. I'm sorry,
Right, right.
but go ahead,
Because
Ish.
he just basically wanted to end the relationship.
Right,
However, it ended. They
right,
didn't go into details about, you know, how it ended. It just basically stated that he wanted to end the relationship. She wasn't having it.
right.
She's 56. Her son is 35. You send your 35-year-old son to murder, okay, a boyfriend who no longer wants to be your boyfriend. And then when you guys are both in jail, you say, you know what? I'm going to cop out to a plea to 20 to 40 years. And in order for me to get this plea at 56 years old to 20 to 40 years, I'm going to tell on my son and I'm going to cooperate and testify against my 35-year-old son who has his
Crazy.
whole life ahead of him. who I have placed in this fucked up position. Now he doesn't, his life is just about over. I ain't got that much life ahead of me, right?
I mean, not only that, she copping out, taking a plea and testifying against him. She's what, 55, 56. She not going to survive this 20 to 40 years in jail anyway. So you might as
That's
well
what I'm
just
saying.
eat the whole charge. You
Facts.
might as well
You
just eat the
sent
whole
him in.
charge.
Yep.
Plus, now do I still look at you as my mother? Like, are we even, now that we both in jail? We're not writing each other because you just testified against me, so I'm not fucking
Facts.
writing you or nothing.
Facts.
So what are we doing? Like, this is what I mean by crimes of passion, where you need to just take that time to reevaluate. Is this shit really worth it?
Right.
Like,
It is
take
not.
some time. It's not that deep. Like, I know sometimes people get their feelings hurt, and it could be feel like a sharp, deep down pain, and you want your get back. And I'm not mad at people getting their get back. I'm a proponent of get back. Please believe I am a proponent of get back, but this is not the way of the get back.
Not at all. Not at all. And to
Yeah,
send him in the lion's den like that and then turn him over to the wolves, like, come on. Like, it's just ridiculous. And he's going to be sentenced very soon. So, what do you think the odds or the probability of what his sentence will be after her testimony is going to be? He's probably going
well,
to receive life because he
yeah.
did not plead.
I think he's going to get a life sentence, not only because he didn't plead, but because once you stand over top of somebody and keep firing to ensure that they die, then they look at you a little bit different. They look at you like a
Exactly.
fucking terrorist at this point.
Yep. Yep. Facts. And you went to a job, like you did it in front of his
Right,
coworkers, like you did it out in public, broad daylight, at a business.
right. So,
So I get it, but
not only did you put your son's life in jeopardy, but you also had him kill a man who was a father of 9. So now these 9 children have to grow up and go on throughout their life without a father. So the trickle down effect of all of this nonsense just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, because you don't know what kind of trauma that places on these kids. Now the kids grow up without a father. Now they're acting out. Now they don't have the discipline or the structure or the financial shit. Like, there's a lot of different layers that play into it when you take away somebody's father.
absolutely. And I read too where one of his daughters was like basically the lady Joyce Brown Rodriguez actually came up to her after her son shot her dad and was like, I'm so sorry, blah 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 blah. And she's like, how could you ever like come and be in my face and you just had your son kill my father? Like, what kind of individual are you really to do the shit that you just did? Like,
Fact, I can't.
she's I wouldn't be surprised if Judge Finley, who is the judge presiding over the case, um I wouldn't be surprised that before she actually got sentenced, when they did like the pre-sentence evaluation, if they had a mental competency evaluation for her, because she definitely off. You can't tell me that she not a little through.
I mean, I wouldn't even like. I'm normally the one who's going to say, "Oh, y'all crazy," but I'm not going to say she crazy. I'm just say she was emotional. She had an emotional breakdown. Like, sometimes people can't get over a breakup. Like, sometimes people go into deep dark places during breakups. During, after, presently, currently in breakups, they go to deep dark places. Like, and at any point in time, I mean, if we're all being honest, we have had a thought of taking out our baby father or baby mother, but you have to like remove yourself from that and say, no, that ain't really worth it. That's all. You gotta remove yourself. Mhm.
I get it. I get it. But the only reason why I was saying that she probably a little thrown off a little bit because okay, it's one thing to be having a dark moment, to be in a crime of passion, to maybe get somebody, want somebody to kill. You know what I mean? Have a thought of it or whatever the case may be. But man, you testify against your own son, like you placed him here, you further throwing him under the bus, like you're a lunatic.
Facts.
Like something is
Okay. I can
something is
agree to
wrong
that.
with you.
I
Something
can
is wrong.
I can agree to that on the fact that she got her son involved. Yeah, that's a little bit far fetched. But
Right. Right.
I want to ask you as we wrap up this topic, and y'all can play along in the chat as well. What is the main toxic thing you've done after a breakup?
The main toxic thing I have done after a breakup. Go get another nigga real quick.
I
Like super quick. Like 2 day quick.
can dig it. Not
Like
2 days.
I'm not a yeah, like 2 day quick. I'm not a vindictive person. So like, the playing on the phone or the calling or the stalking or the cutting up shit and cutting out the tongues of sneakers and like that's not me. I'm never that. So it would never be on the end of vindictiveness, but it will be like gut punching you in a way like, yeah, I got a new nigga real quick.
All right, I want to say that the main toxic thing that guys do after a breakup is like smashing a friend or smashing a sister or a cousin or something of that nature. But
So petty.
yeah, that is petty. But another thing that they do, like I haven't really done none of those things. But
Mm-hmm.
another thing that men do or that I might have done in my younger years is I might have spent the block and smash knowing that I wasn't going to get back with you.
Okay. Yeah. I get that. I get that. From a guy standpoint, I see it. I mean, I've seen it, I've heard it, had male friends that I know have done it. Do you feel like the reason for doing those things is to make you feel maybe, I don't know, even? Or what is the purpose of doing it? Is it to make you feel like, now I
I
got
mean,
you?
a lot of it is an ego check, but some of it
Mhm.
is just not having discipline, just doing it just because you know you can do it.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. My thing with the guys that do that though sometimes, like, is it even though you might not have the discipline,
Right.
right? And you might choose to do it anyway. What is the feeling that you truly get on the inside? Like, is it something within yourself?
It's the ego. It's the ego of like I know I got that. Like I know like I have a certain power or control over her that I can do
Hmm.
that. But I mean that's all childish shit, but you know.
Right, right. Well, I think too, probably it's probably some women that do the same thing.
Next.
Honestly, it's women that do the same thing. Definitely spin the block or whatever, and be like, I ain't getting nothing. I just want to, I
Facts.
just want to get a little taste again, one more time for the road
Facts.
and to keep it moving. So I guess that ego thing is definitely there.
Facts. Ego is a
Yeah.
big distributor in toxicity.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree.
What's up, people in the chat? I don't see y'all commenting because I know y'all toxic asses done did some shit.
Uh-huh. Well, Diana said, listen, that's the quickest, most toxic thing I can ever do. Knife through a heart. Damn, that meant that'll have a guy thinking like,
See,
yo, she was already messing with him.
shout out to Juanita. We gonna be honest tonight, man. She said I had some thoughts of taking my ex-husband out, but I didn't do it. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, man. We gonna be honest. Let's be honest,
yeah.
people.
I definitely agree with you, when you say it. But it's like, we think about it, but it don't never come to fruition. Like you gotta really be a little off the charts to bring it to life.
Yeah, because that ain't worth it, people. Let's stay away from the domestics.
Yeah,
Let's stay away from the
facts.
domestics, 'cause that's not going to end good.
Facts.
It's not going to end good.
Yeah.
All that
Nope.
if I can't have 'em, nobody can have them shit. That's not going to end good for you.
What? Child,
So
you better go ahead on and find you somebody else and glow up.
yeah, put that thought away. That's not going to end good. It's not
Yeah,
going
at
to end
all.
good. But let's move
At
on,
all.
man. Y'all can continue to put y'all thoughts or your toxic activities in the chat. if somebody's gonna be honest tonight. Let's see.
See, you know karate. What you doing if somebody
I know
come?
crazy.
You know crazy.
I know crazy.
No, I'm asking because I wonder, like, do men or women, do you really get that feeling of this person is nuts? Like, I'm wondering if that man Chris, and I think his name was Chris Wilson.
What you
I
mean?
wonder
If he knew that the girl
if
was not?
like nuts to the extent that he would be dead.
No, a lot of times you won't see none of these things till this kind of stuff happens. So y'all was together. She was in a good place. You don't know what depth she's going to go to when y'all break up. But me, I ask people those kind of questions like, when you broke up with the last boy, what did you do to him, or what
Right,
happened? I'm
right,
a person who asks those kind of questions. But
right.
for a lot of people, they don't know until they get there. Like, you don't know how far somebody would go until they get
Yeah,
there because they don't have those talks. But I have those talks because I'm aware of it.
I got you. All right. Well, before we move on, though, one last question.
What's up?
So let's just say, you go to break up with a girl, right?
Right.
And you get in vibes from her that you never got before. And you're
Right.
like, oh, this might be a problem. Like, I want to break up with her, but this might be a problem.
Right.
Are you staying until it's safe?
No, in those instances, you kind of that's when ghosting comes about.
Well, what if you can't really ghost her? Let's just
That's
say, like, it's one of those situations where y'all entangled or y'all tied in or there's family, like something's connecting you guys where you might not necessarily be able to completely ghost her. What
but you know
happens
she
then?
crazy.
Right, but she didn't get this crazy until you said, no,
Right.
I don't want to deal with you. Then something kind
Um.
of went off for her. Like, do you just stay until it's safe or what?
Sometimes people will stay until it's safe, but sometimes you kind of like slow wind your way out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people will stay until they find like a exit plan or like
Mm-hmm.
a strategy or like they have like a buffer. Like
Yeah.
sometimes if you have like another girl that you know she don't want no problems with, like shit like that. Like sometimes you might need a buffer.
Mm-hmm.
Like for women, they would have like a dude. Like, all right, he might be crazy, but if he know I fuck with this other crazy nigga, he might calm down a little bit. So
Right.
sometimes you might need a buffer, or you had a plan and you got to be strategic.
Got you. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like,
Yeah, you
is
got to be
is
strategic.
there then a strategy to the
It's
exit?
always the strategy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has to always be a strategy.
Yeah, because like right off the back, sometimes you might be like, listen, I'm done with this shit. Like, I
Right.
don't want to be bothered with this shit, blah, 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 blah. And then something happens and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't just do that because this gonna be a problem.
Facts. If you know that somebody's a problem in that way, though, you gotta kind of get out early. That's why I always say if you see those little signs of they might be a person that has crazy reactions,
Yeah.
those are the relationships that you kind of need to get out early because the deeper you get into it, the crazier the reaction is going to be. So
And
the
I
long
can I get in there?
what's
Yeah.
up now? What you want to say?
I'm fucking crazy. I like asked the question. What happens if you see that she throw
Mm.
she you trying to bet? I'm with it. I'm with the throw.
You
Want to
with
see?
this shit.
No one to come back crazy with crazy.
No, I can't.
I kind of want to high five the mom who got a son locked up for killing the.
I can't.
Not high five her.
I can't.
Recently killing a couple people before. Like,
No, look, Nell and Sarah hanging out, man. Nell and Sarah hanging
Yes.
out.
Say, I'm ready for the problems, okay? Let's have
but
it.
I say I'm ready for the problems, and I'm really not ready for the problems. But I really be wanting to test people gangster because people are so quick to scream, I'm with it. But when you really put them in them situations, they're not really with it. So that's why I be like, want to see people in real life situations. Like, is this really what you about, or are you just saying this?
Right. Yeah, a lot of times it'd be cat. A lot of times it'd be a lot
Yeah.
of barking with no bite.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I will say that be mindful that the deeper you go, people, when you know somebody throw it off, like you see how people get into certain domestic relationships and they'll be like, well, he only hit me one time and then he said he was sorry. And then he hit me again. And the deeper you keep going, that's when you can get killed.
Yeah, like I'm not with.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. I'm not with the domestic shit, like fucking nobody up. I don't want to put my hands on them,
Mm.
but I might blow your house up.
Yeah.
No, no, cut your shit. Cut your shit. Now, let me ask you this. I see you saying, okay, you might blow their house up. But what you doing in a situation where she coming with the pokey poke and she, you
Poke
get out of
party?
pocket and you doing some shit that she ain't really feeling and she pulled out a kitchen knife
I've
and
been
she,
in those
pokey
positions a lot of
pokey. Like
times.
you with that smoke? Like,
I'm ish.
Yeah, I've been in that position a lot of times.
Ish.
oh my
You
God.
gotta be handy. Like you got your dip game. Like
Ish.
Not your dip game
your
gotta
dip
be
game
crazy.
gotta be right. Like you gotta be
Ish.
able to swat that out the way. Like chill out. It's like pat her upside the head a little bit. Like calm the fuck down. Like
All right, so then if you either dodge and you miss it, or you get poked up and your stitches heal, y'all going back and fucking,
no, no, I'm out.
or you now going look now.
If anybody had ever would have gave me stitches in any kind of fashion or form, I'm out because my life is being threatened now. So I don't play with that kind of shit like that. If anything that I need to go to the hospital for, I'm out because it's too much.
It seemed like Nell looked like he a little excited by that. Listen, I've literally had somebody tell me like, yeah, a girl, me and a girl, like we would fight, and like my dick would get hard. Like
No,
I just want
I
to
do know
fuck.
some.
Like
No,
it's people
yeah,
like that.
I do know some girls that are like that. Like when you have like a heated argument, like that's a turn on for them. Like, but that shit is toxic as fuck.
Yeah, a heated argument and if physical shit like get you turned on.
Right? Yeah, they
Wow.
like that shit. They like that shit.
It don't turn. I don't get turned on by it, but
Hmm.
like my nail come out me. Like I get right. Like
See, it's now.
I take a
It's
poke
now.
up. I take. A, I've been shot before, so getting stabbed ain't going to hurt no
No,
less more than
stop.
getting shot. I'm serious,
I
but I don't.
can't.
It's
I'm big
now.
right now. We trying to avoid all that. Nobody.
Facts.
Absolutely.
People just trying to enjoy their life and just trying to make it to the next day. But
That's what
Yeah.
I say, man. We call it where I'm from, we call that youth. You can do all that in your late teens and your 20s. By the time you get 30, 35, you need to be chilling out, man.
yeah, don't put your hands on nobody. Like let's keep our hands to ourselves. Let's chill. Like sometimes people just get so enraged with words. Keep it there. If that's the extent you're gonna go to, keep it there. But don't go hurting nobody.
Hold,
Putting your
hold on now. I want to ask Ish a question before we wrap this up. Ish, so you
Yo,
never been um intrigued or full of passion because of a heated argument?
no, that shit bothers me.
to it.
Yeah, that shit bothers me. Like, because I'm always like happy go lucky. Like, and I know everything is not always peaches and cream. Like, you're going to argue with your partner, you're going to argue, you know what I mean, about certain things, and y'all have to work through them. I get so upset over an argument or be of discontent or just non-agreements. Like, that bothers me. It don't turn me the fuck on. I be like bothered as
I know a
shit.
lot of girls
So
that like
no.
that shit, man.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that too, and they really into that. And I mean older people too, not necessarily younger people. Like I thought at one point that it would be because they were younger in age,
Mm.
maybe lack of experience, but no, like older people love that shit too.
I,
Facts.
I don't gravitate to girls that want that kind of love. That's scary love. Like
Facts.
that's unattainable love. Like you'll never ever
What's
be
up,
able to
Marilyn?
love because
Yeah, man.
that kind of toxic love is not a trait that
That's
not
what I mean. A lot of people look at that as passion though, and it
Yeah,
is passion in a form, but it's the wrong kind of passion.
yeah.
right.
It's the wrong kind of passion,
Like,
man.
I don't
Yeah. And some people need it. Some
yeah,
people need it.
I'll
They
feed it.
don't want it if it's not like that.
But also a lot of that plays on like your childhood, your upbringing. Like it could be the person who was like the baby of the family, and they always was like into it with their older siblings, so they see that as a form of love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like like speaking on one of the next Make It Make Sense interview, this young lady, and that was abused at a young age, baby, going, progressing through childhood and being sexually abused. And her thought pattern was, this is love, because people that I associated love with, that told me they love me, did this to me. So I thought it was normal.
Right.
And you get into the normal public, I mean, to the general public who has never been through that, we know that's not normal behavior when it comes to loving somebody. So you talk to those type of people, or you have a person that's been through that type of pain, or that, and they associate ass whoopings and
Right.
choked, being touched and overly sexed as a way of being loved. And if they're not getting that, they don't equate that with that person loving them that way, because that's what they got from their childhood or their past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
All right. On Thursday when I had proposed this question, Nell lit up, y'all. He was
I
so
did
happy. He was so excited.
it. The pain, I was still excited.
He was
So
so
excited.
excited. So I'm gonna give y'all the question, man. So the question is, can you engage, and that means like date, mess with, be in a relationship with somebody who lives at home with their parents, not necessarily but voluntarily still lives at home with their parents, who it when they're 35 or 40 plus years old? Can you deal with somebody who still lives at home with their family? What's up, people? What's the thoughts?
So this is one question that I failed to like ask or tap into on Thursday. Are they financially able to stand on their own 2 feet?
Let's just say yes. Let's just say yes. Let's do yes and no. Let's give you an answer for yes and no.
No and fuck no. It's going to be a no across the board for me either way. But to be fair, I just didn't want to make that statement based on the assumption that they may not be financially stable enough. You know what I mean?
All right, so I
To
did, I
be on
did,
their
I
own.
did put it like this for you, Ish. I did say they might have just came home from jail. They still checking in. They still on probation. They probably might be still on house arrest. um, is this somebody, ladies? Y'all can tap in the chat as well. Is this somebody that they might be a good person? They might be, ambitious. They might be trying to get to it, but they just not there yet. Can you even engage in that? What's up, Ish?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. You just coming home. You need to get on your feet and all of that. Listen, I can be a great friend.
Not a great
I
friend.
can,
Not a
yes,
friend zone.
absolutely. I can be a great friend to you. I can help you out in many ways, but as far as indulging
All right, so
in you,
this
nah.
question is mainly because we don't get the leeway that y'all get. For men, we don't get none of that. We'll give you some grace. No, it's be like, no, nigga, you still live at home. But for us as men, we're not going to prejudge the woman that still lives at home with her family. Like,
Right. And I get no, and I totally get it. And tapping into what Angelia says, yes, absolutely. I mean, we all know that I lived with my mom for a year and a half voluntarily because we needed to help. If we remove, elderly parents or sickly parents or things like that, we talking about healthy, viable people who
right.
have money.
Sarah, that's what I mean. Sarah and Angelia, this is not the caregiver
Right.
thing.
No,
This is
no, absolutely.
just voluntarily live at home.
This
Like,
is just
I
this is
I
just healthy parents.
I
all right,
don't
hold on, Ish. Hold on now.
on that.
Hold on now, Ish. What if he just broke up? What if he broke up with his girl and he had to go back home for a minute? She took the crib. Now he back home.
See, I be having. Listen. I get that. I do. I have problems with that as adults. Like everybody should have backup plans. Everybody should have plan Bs. And I know that not
Eesh,
all the time is that
Eesh,
viable.
wait the hold up, Eesh. That's
What?
easy. That's easy to say. Do you know how many times a man is going about his normal life and then one day she just come in and say, "Get the fuck out, nigga"?
Okay, so you don't have no savings? You don't have like
Eesh. Even if you do have savings, that is a mental mind fuck to even grasp in that split second of this. Yesterday was cool. Now today you told me to get the fuck out. Now I don't got nowhere else to go. I'm gonna just go stay at my mom's crib, and now I'm just figuring it out. But while I'm about to figure it out, I can't holler at nobody.
yeah, you can. And there are plenty of women. There are going to be plenty of women that is going to be cool with it because
But not
maybe she
eat.
has her own space.
But
And
not
she
eat.
say, well, you could come over and you
Hold
can
on, but
smash
not eat.
anytime you want. But not Ish. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I don't think any less. And listen, let's be clear. I don't think any less of the person. I don't think they are any less of a man. I don't think any of that. I would say it if a person had roommates. I've actually come in contact with a guy who was sweet as pie. He had 5 fucking roommates.
I can't.
You want to invite me over and you got roommates sitting in the living room with fucking stinky socks and nigga, no.
All right,
I'm
now what you
cool
doing?
on that.
No, what you doing? She live at home with her parents. Not because she has to, but just because that's where she wants to be at right now.
I'm cool with it just because of we've been conditioned as men to always be the responsible one
Right.
and always, be able to provide and protect. So, in a sense, when we do get with a woman, regardless of what her age is, it's always we're supposed to build this home or this structure to where we both can live in together. So
Right.
I don't have the option of thinking, oh well, if she lives at home, I don't want that or whatever. I don't even think like that. But on the flip side, I got to be cognizant of me as a man always having, because I understand that if I don't, then I'm going to be looked at as less than a man, right, Ish? Because I don't have an adequate place to bring you or for us to be at that is comfortable for you without my mother and father walking in and out the living room, and that's understandable, right?
Yeah.
And I even called Cap on the thing that someone said, even as a caregiver, I help take care of my father because he's going through he's going through what he's going through. But if I stayed there with him and I tried to have a relationship, that would cause strife in my relationship.
Right.
So I also have to have my backup plan, as East calls it, and have my own space and have his space.
So that's what they asking now. That's what they asking. So what if your dad comes to live with you?
Then I understand that might be a problem for the person I'm in a relationship with because they're going to want that space to themselves.
But how you claiming my space?
That's the plight of a man.
That shit is crazy.
That's the plight of a man. We are supposed to provide adequate space for the person that we are in a relationship with to feel comfortable, however that may be. A clean and safe environment, a protected environment.
Right, but just because your father lives with you don't mean your place isn't clean and safe. Your
No,
father just lives with you. You're taking care of your father.
But to them, it's not their space.
That's what I mean.
It's
Are they paying for their space?
somebody.
That's what
It's a
I'm
space
saying.
being occupied by somebody else, and it's not conducive. It's not considered theirs. So, yeah, people gonna say, "Oh, I don't have a problem if you taking care of a sick parent or whatever," but they would.
Right.
They would, because they wouldn't be able to feel like they can walk around the house naked or do the things that they want to do when they wanted to do it or whatever the case may be. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and they lived with their parent or they were taking care of their sick parent or whatever, I would have to be understanding of that. Right. And it may be a situation where I can't stay the night. It may be a situation where I can't get as comfortable as I want to get in their home because they have a parent there or whatever the case may be, and I gotta respect it. So that's why we too have to always have our own, because we are the men.
I'm gonna say, as I'm in my 40s, well, my early 40s, I ain't that old. Don't put that shit on me. I'm just say I don't want to be like involved in anything. So I don't want to have to go to your room and we are only contained to this one room. I don't even want to have to deal with wait till the kids go to sleep. I'm not dealing with none of that shit, right? I'm not dealing with none of that.
You
Like,
wouldn't. You
no,
wouldn't.
sorry.
You wouldn't want to do.
No, I'm not doing it.
Me on the other hand, I wouldn't have a problem because, and the reason why I say that, and there's no knock to nobody else, right? It's just my thoughts. I like a person without conditions. Like I love you without conditions. If I get with you, I'm getting with you solely. So if you live at home with your mother, you share a place with your mother, your sister, your brother, whoever the case may be, you're wherever you reside at and wherever you comfortable, I can put myself in that position and be cool there as well.
That sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful.
I
But
just don't worry about that. Me,
that's great.
I'm on a person.
Yeah.
That's
No,
great. But
absolutely.
that's great. But what I want to say is that when I'm trying to chill and watch the game and I want my quiet time and we watching a movie or something, I don't want to see these niggas playing Hulk Hogan, G.I. Joe off the triple third book. Like, nah, man.
Oh,
No,
with the kids and
sorry.
stuff.
Yeah,
With
I'm
the kids
not.
and
Like,
stuff. Yeah.
and then you got the elderly parent that's just walking around cussing everybody the fuck out, like fuck all y'all. I'm not doing none of that shit. Like,
But I think getting away from what the question really was, outside of, the sickly and the elderly and the having to live with.
right.
Let's just remove that for
Right.
1 second and get back to the basis of it. Are you okay with a healthy, viable person living with healthy parents just because?
As a man, we have to be just
We
because
have to be.
because a lot of y'all live at home with your parents.
We have no. You know why we? You know why we have no choice? Because it's always been conditioned to us that this is a package.
Right.
I got 5-6 kids. That comes with her. If she living at home, that comes with that. And we're supposed to accept and understand everything that comes with y'all, and we have to accept it. Like it or love it, we have to
I
accept it.
mean, not only look, no, not only do we have to accept it, it's the onus is on us to provide the shelter.
Yes.
So once we get into something with a girl and we want to live together or X, Y, and Z, that onus is mainly on us to provide the shelter.
Just think of the nature of the questions when we starting this conversation for the first time. We going on these first dates. What's the first question y'all ask? Do you live at home? I mean, do you have your own place?
Who you live with?
Do you have your own place? Do you own your own car? Why?
Yeah, do we even ask girls who they live with?
We don't ask none of that. We don't ask car. We don't ask who you live with. We don't care for the most part. But those
Niggas
questions
ask me who I live with. Y'all don't ask that question.
They asking for a man each. They not
Yeah,
asking for
not to be worrying about who else in the house. They just put your nigga
Right. I got you.
So we get those questions a lot. Well, who you live with? You know what I mean? You got a car? Yeah, I got all that. And then we progress to the next questions. But if we say, nah, I live with my roommate or whatever, y'all turning up y'all noses. Or we say, nah, we don't got no car.
Is there an age on living with roommates? Would you put an age on that, Ish? Would you put an age on that now? Like living with roommates? No, right now.
I must be
you live with a roommate.
Hell no, I can't live with
exactly.
That's my point. Like, and I don't want to be like, and just like I stated before, and I will repeat it again, I don't look at anybody as less than for how they choose to live their life, but I choose how I want to live my life. Okay, you dig what I'm saying? And if there is a 37-year-old man, let's just say, with 4 roommates, you can live you're not less than a man to me. You can have a pocket full of money. You could be saving up to buy your own crib. All of that. I commend you I don't look at you no different. However, I decide how I choose to indulge, and I don't choose to indulge in it.
Facts.
And I could be, you can call me whatever you want to call me. I'm gonna take that on the chin. Everybody live their life how they want to live my life, and I would not choose to live my life with an individual who has to have 4 roommates or deal with them at that point in time.
I just
But
don't want to be bothered with people all the time. That's
Yeah,
what
me
I'm doing.
neither.
I don't like being bothered with people all the time.
Listen, if I'm trying to like chill with you and watch a movie or something, and I hear your 4 other roommates real loud watching the game, like to me, come on, we too grown, we whole grown.
what happens if the person is on hard times though? Because that happens. You just not put.
Absolutely,
That's cool.
absolutely,
They gonna
and
be a
the
hard times without me though.
right, but that's what, and that's the good thing about
Or
choices.
no, even in those cases when like if for us, if a girl was on hard times, then she just come stay with us.
Mhm.
Right,
We
and that's
ain't
the good
going
thing
over
about
there with all those
choices.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not going
he
over
might
there
be
with all
on
those
hard
people.
times. I like I said, I could be your friend. I can't.
No, Ish,
I
why
know
you
how
can't
I
take them
feel.
in? Take them in, Ish.
What?
But do you
What?
feel like, Ish, I think the question, I think what it all boils down to is it a double standard for men and
Right.
Mhm.
women?
Yeah.
Where it's okay for a woman to have factors that would place her, not have her on her own. But if a man
Absolutely.
have his own, he's not a man. A
With
response.
the right. What the problem with that is, like, a woman who can talk heavy need to be able to stand heavy. That's how I always come, and that's how I've always been taught. A woman that can make her own choices and to be able to say, "Hey, listen, I'm not doing that," then it has to be reverse and flip on the other side as well. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not gonna mess with somebody who live with their parents because he ain't stepping out there and getting his own, but yet I'm with my parents. Like,
Then this is what
if
I think so what we're saying is we need to educate both parties on the hypocrisy.
Right.
Because y'all raising daughters.
Mhm.
Y'all raising sons and y'all telling y'all sons, go get your shit, brother. You ain't gonna be out here living in this world and thinking somebody's supposed to put up with your shit if you ain't got your own shit.
Facts.
But we're not having them same conversation with our daughters. We letting them know that we telling our daughters, oh yeah, go, get you a good brother that's going to make sure that you always good and you always straight and you always got, instead of you got to get your shit together too in
Right.
order to have your shit together.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
at one point we had sons and we got daughters, but are we having the same conversations with both our
Mhm.
sons and our daughters, or vice versa? That's going to put them in a line to where they got their shit together at all costs.
Mhm.
Facts.
If they don't, that they understand will come with that, and that's where we fall short. We tell the men, go out there, and we talked about this on several shows. Y'all tell us men from birth, have your shit together. If not, the world ain't going to have your shit together.
Well, I mean, it is a double
Mhm.
standard, but that's the way of the world. Only because it's easier for a girl to go out and somebody's going to come take care of you. It's not that's not like that happens for men, but it's not as likely as it is for women.
And that's
Mhm.
where, and I guess the whole nuts and bolts of the situation, what I'm trying to say is this is where this very thing right here is where partnerships align,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Because you can have one party doing one thing and the other party enjoying the fruitages of the labor. But what happens if the party that's doing either falls back or loses stability
Right.
or gets sick or something happens and now a conundrum happens to where the structure at home is falling solely on the responsible party and the other person is just there. We gotta start looking at those type of things too, and we gotta start changing the narrative a little bit. You know, I understand that a man's job is to provide and protect, but we need to get a lot more clarification on what the responsibility of both parties are, because we both have a responsibility to each other. and to always making sure that we both making sure that the other person is always good in the
Or
grand
do
scheme.
we? Or do we? Or
Like
do
if
I'm
I
just
know
saying. Or do we have a responsibility
Or
to
do
ourselves?
it.
it's
Do
a,
we have a responsibility to ourselves to always
Well,
make sure
that's
that
true
you are
too.
straight?
I
That's
got
true too, because people lose the fact that they lose themselves in needing to appreciate and love a person so much that they lose themselves and the value in themselves sometimes.
Mm.
I mean, and for some, that's cool because it is all a matter of making a partnership work. But you shouldn't have a partnership where you lose yourself.
yeah, but my sole purpose is to help you see the value in yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you value yourself, you always going to be working for yourself, which
Mm-hmm.
in the grand scheme of things is going to have kickback to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm always doing what I got to do for myself, meaning I'm always going to be able to provide for myself,
Right.
this home is always going to be secure.
Mm.
And you always going to have a place to come to that's going to be cool, clean, amazing, and chill, right?
But do you know why you like that now?
Because I
Because you
value myself.
correct.
But you
And
know,
not all men are able to
And
have that
not
in
only that,
them
and
to
not
do
only
that.
you valuing yourself, this is embedded in you from your parents.
Facts.
it's embedded in
And
you.
it's not in every man.
But
Right.
then too, my responsibility as me has to instill that in my lady or my partner, right? Yo, you got it. You can get it. I'm supporting you as best as I can, but just know you got the tools and resources to be the amazing, just like whatever. So
Right,
I'm
but that's always easier said than done because she has to be open to that.
Facts.
She
she has
might not be open
Facts.
to that.
yeah,
She
but,
has to be
but just
open
the
to that.
thing, you have a responsibility to yourself if she's not open to that.
Right.
That you then gotta make the choice for yourself to say, yo, if it's not, because if it's not, then it's taken away from who you are,
Mm.
right? People need to see the value within themselves before they can start to see the value in somebody else.
Facts.
Mhm. Now, let me ask you a question. Being as though like you have very strong patriarchal values, you know what I mean? Provider. You, let's just say you had you came across a woman who made more than you,
Yeah.
right? Made more than you because you're a giver, you're a lover, you're a giver, you're a provider, you're strong on those values, those core values, you know what I mean? And also tapping in and allowing women to see, what it is that they have of value in themselves because you yourself has that value. What happens if you come across a woman who makes more than you and she stands on her own two solidly, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Why the shaking of the head?
I have no problem with that. Like I'm cool.
Okay.
What? What's the question?
No, because he was like,
No, no,
no, he was like,
here to
no, I
and
just wanted to see,
what
like,
it is there's no
mm,
problem with that. I'm not
mm,
intimidated by a woman making more money than me. I'm not intimidated by somebody having a bigger social status or a bigger income or a bigger
mm,
platform than me. I could care less because at the end of the day, I'm still a man. I'm still
right,
dark and I'm still going to be me, right? And I
right.
support her being the biggest and best she can be. I support that. And I am still going to I'm still going to pump into her amazingness. I'm still going to pump positivity into her. I'm still going to pump in my love. I'm still going to pump in resources that I
Okay.
got in order to facilitate my role in her life. I have no problem with anybody making more money than me. If you do, congratulations.
I just was wondering because I know a lot of the times, especially when we speak, it is a basis of the men always having to have their things together, having to have everything lined up, having to have a stability for the women who don't have that to be able to come into a safe space with you men who have it all together and have your own and have a financial stability and all of that. I'm just wondering, like, you having to deal so much, you guys having to deal so much with women who necessarily don't have that. How is it when you come across a woman who does have that?
It's like
You know what I
Christmas.
mean? Like,
It's like Christmas. What we
it's
talking
like
about?
Christmas. That's what I was trying to get
Like,
to. Like,
Aisha,
is it like, woo, a breath of fresh
Right.
air? Like,
I don't even
obviously you're gonna be okay with it, but
I don't even put much emphasis into that. You know why? Because there's still going to be a connotation that comes with that. She's taking care of me, or whatever. I still have to be a man.
Right.
I still have to stand on my own too, even if she's making $1 more than I am. I still
right.
stand on what I stand on and be a man. I got to do it. If not, then she's going to hold me accountable.
Right.
She's going to sit me down and have that conversation, or she's going to be in her feelings of how she's not getting what she needs in
But
support of.
yeah, let's stay there though, because Ish, even if you come across a woman that is all of that, it's just a different set of problems. You just treating it for a different set of problems. It's just now she's got a big ego like you, like she's like, or her shit, like she's or her, I don't really need you shit. So it's like it's just a different set of problems. That's all.
I, I do very well for myself, but my ego is not big when it comes to finances. It could be taken away from you in the course of a second, right? So I understand that I could provide for me and whoever, but yet and still, I still understand that ain't nothing guaranteed. And I still work as if I have nothing. Like I literally work like I have nothing. Because
Sarah,
I never want to experience not having nothing again.
Sarah, we can and we should take care of each other, but it's always going to be viewed differently. That's just how it is. It's always going to be viewed differently.
I'm not even saying that we're not taking care of each other, because it's
Right.
like what I might need to be taken care of might not have anything to do
with
with
finances. Right.
Right.
what
That's true.
he may need might not have to do anything with finances, but all of it plays an intricate part in the stability of a relationship, because when you are able and capable, it just lessens the load on both parties, right? It just does. If I know I got a responsibility to take care of, I'm going to take care of that responsibility regardless. And if I can't, I'm going to go work hard and do it and make it.
All right, let's wrap this topic up and let's just get a yay or a nay, and y'all can play along in the chat as well. And the question is, can you engage with somebody who is 35 to 40 plus years old and still voluntarily lives at home? What is your answer? Is it yay or a nay?
Hell yeah, I can. Fuck.
You standing on nay?
No. I'm standing on nay. Yeah.
All right.
You know
join you.
you can't.
Hmm.
You said no, you can't.
Yeah, she said no, she can't.
No, I cannot.
So we got 2 no's and 1 yes, because T said he not.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, I'm standing on no too. Only because I'm not sneaking in the crib. Like I'm not just having a.
And it's not special circumstances. There's not special circumstances. This is just regular. You chilling at home, mom.
Imagine you dealing with somebody that's 35, 40 years old. They can't have company and shit. You know, like,
right? They mom like, no, you not having nobody over. Who is she? No, no.
I think it works for me. You know why? I'm such an introvert. I'm an introvert, so I'm cool with nobody around. Like I actually enjoy nobody. I actually enjoy being an introvert. So I'm okay with come outside. I'm outside.
Right.
We out. We go to my house. Or all right, I left the door open for you. Just come on in.
I think I'm cool with that until you always at my crib now. Like why? How did we get here so fast?
How did we get here? When did you
go? You want to spend the night at Shorty crib once in a while?
No, it's not. I don't even have to spend the night at her crib, but because she don't have her own crib, now she always want to be at my crib.
All right, so let's say her mom or her parents was tucked away in their room, and all y'all could do was sit in the living room. Is you cool with that?
No, I did that when I was 15 and 16, dog. I'm not doing that no more.
Is you cool with that?
No thanks.
Yeah, I did that when I was a young
No
boy. I'm not
thanks.
doing that no more, man.
Yeah,
I'm good
no
on that.
thanks. I mean, listen, that's the good part about, being adult and having
Right.
choices and doing what feels good for us. Like, you know what I mean? So for some people it might be like the twist. Like they might be so cool with it, and it might add a little extra value to their connection with that person, maybe. I don't know, but
Well, that's
no,
how
for me it's gonna be a no.
I guess that's how I got mono. Then I guess I was kissing on the
Nell
mothers.
got mono, man. Nell got mono, man.
I got,
Thanks.
you know.
Look, no,
No.
you was kissing on the old head who was kissing on her kids, who her kids was kissing on the kids outside.
So,
That's how you got mono, dog.
so you
Thanks. Yeah.
saying the kids get a the hand and foot mouth disease,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
pass it on to me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yes,
That's why
Yeah.
I've been
Something
around.
like that. Mm-hmm.
It's so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
facts. Man.
Damn, man, I need anybody out.
Let's move on to ideology, people. I didn't know that Nell was gonna be here, but I am glad that you are here, Nell.
Thank
But I do want to say
Yes.
that I've seen at least 7 or 8 women repost this one statement. And this is a thing that I hate that y'all do. Y'all don't have no kind of originality. Y'all see one person post a status or a post and y'all just copy and paste it. Like, where is your original thoughts?
I'm glad
But
I.
no, I'm gonna say it because I
He
don't
gonna
give
get a
a fuck.
whole bunch.
I'm gonna say it because I don't give a fuck. But I have to put the feet to the fire to the women tonight, and I want to ask you, Ish, and I want to ask the women in the chat, and I want to ask your opinion on this, Nell. And this is what the girl posted, and I seen 6 or 7 girls posted like after her, and they standing on this shit, and it goes a little something like this: Men really want you to chase them now, and I can't do it. I'm not doing it. What's up? This is Ideology 101. Men really want you to chase them now, and I can't. They're too sassy. No, no, and no. What's up?
This is where I put my feet up and listen to the answer.
What's up, Ish? What's the word?
Well, let's just get a little technical here. When we define chase, right? What are we stating? We're stating that we are going after the man,
No,
right?
it's
We are
it's
showing interest.
it's a thing of, let me say it like this. Women are used to um olden days or traditional ways of a man is supposed to court you. A man is supposed to give you attention and X, Y, and Z. I'm supposed to sit here and be pretty and maybe give you some coochie and maybe suck your dick on your birthday, but you're supposed to be the pursuer of me. I'm not supposed to be pursuing you. That's
Okay.
out.
Okay. Well, that's very outdated. Like
That's
for our
right.
times, I feel like it's very, very
Ish,
extremely outdated.
Ish, I didn't come on the show tonight for you to get politically correct.
No, no, no. But I'm just saying, like, that's outdated. That way of thinking is so outdated. Let me tell you why. For the simple fact that the structures of one relationships, the structures of one friendships, partnerships, or whatever the case may be, the dynamic has changed.
Right.
People still live in the old ways in regards to how relationships should go. That's
Right.
such an outdated thought. If you think about, if you come across the man, right, a good man, right, somebody that you know is solid, somebody that you know got their shit together, somebody that you know is going to be that type of person that you want to engage with, why would you not want to show him that you
That's
like him, that you want to be with him, that you want to cook for him, that you want to massage his feet because he had a long day at work, that you want to give him a full body, like, why wouldn't you want to show that? That's not necessarily chasing.
but that's how they look at it.
That's not chasing. That's
That's how
not
they look at it.
chasing. That's wrong. That's a wrong
What's your
frame of
thoughts
mind.
now?
And
What's your thoughts now? Nell
that's
disappeared.
he's coming back. He said it just
Your mute
dropped
is on
off.
now.
And
Your
then
mute is
you
on.
got your mute, maybe.
You see how I just fell out? Like I was
Mhm.
like flabbergasted with that comment that you made.
Why?
That's
Why?
Because
bullshit.
it's bullshit.
How is it? Well, no, no, no.
No, it's
And I'm
not
not.
bullshit. It's
No, no,
not
no. I
bullshit.
got you. I totally get you. I totally get you. I totally get that. I'm outside the norm.
Right.
And I'm not. I'm
no,
not how
it's not
women
bullshit.
think.
It's not bullshit.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah. I got
it's
you.
just
No, it's
No,
bullshit. No,
no,
no, no.
it's
It's
the
totally
perspective of
bullshit.
it.
Let me tell you why it's
It's
totally
the
bullshit.
perspective of it. It's not
Right.
bullshit.
That's what
It's the
I'm saying.
perspective of
No, it's bullshit. No, we're gonna stand on that.
it.
It's bullshit. We're gonna stand on that. But let me tell you why it's bullshit, right?
Go ahead.
Because we have a lot of women that put up a facade about certain things, so that when you got a woman that's actually speaking how it's supposed to be spoken, or how you're supposed to necessarily get out of those chains and break out of certain things, that when a person is speaking some real shit,
Right.
it's looked at as bullshit. Why? Because 88% of the other women of the world are doing something totally opposite. So it's like, okay, she ain't doing nothing but speaking bullshit, because when we turn around and we look at what all the other women are doing, they doing something totally opposite. They ain't doing that. You just saying that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's different, and it's difficult for a woman to be able to stand up and be like, no, this is how I really move. This is how I really operate. This is what I really do. And it being taken as face fucking value. It's just as simple as that.
I'm not mad at that.
I
Go ahead, no. What's your take now?
I just have that same question. Why is it looked upon as a negative to go after what you want? Why can't you? And I think these words that people use are words that incite, like it's meant to incite a negative response, because the word chase just has a negative connotation to it. But why not chase your dream?
That's what I'm about to say. That's not negative to me.
It's not negative. Put a negative spin on it. Why not chase your dream? We've been taught, born and bred to chase our dreams, to go after what we want, go get what it is that's yours.
Right.
So if that man fits the bill, or that person fits your fancy, go get it. Go tell them.
Because they're stuck on that facade of the man is supposed to chase the woman. They're stuck on that.
And
They live there.
And that's a selfish
right
way of thinking, because ultimately we both benefit.
And
right?
the main thing that's wrong with that is that what they really are mad at us, or what they really didn't want for us now, is for us to start knowing our own values. They used to preach to us all the time. Why don't y'all speak? Why don't y'all have feelings? And then when you want to hold them to some accountability, they look at you crazy. Like, wait a minute. You're not supposed to look at me and put anything on me. You're just supposed to be happy that you're with me.
Yeah, like we're not the older generations. Each generation and each set of individuals grow into a different role than what was before them. I have a voice. I was told to let my voice ring. I was told to allow my emotions to be heard. I was lift every voice and sing, and I'm lifting my voice to tell you exactly who I am, what I need, and where I'm about. Why am I sassy for doing that? Why am I um not emotionally in tune to your feelings because I've expressed what I need? Why is the case? Why is that the case? Again, that's why I implore every woman that is out here to look within yourself. If you've had children, or you're raising children, or you got whatever, what are messages that you're sending to your child versus the messages that you are having with your spouse, your person. If you're telling your son to go out here and do and be the best him, and never let nobody take from him and give him, and you gotta also understand somebody else's mothers pump those same ideologies into their head, and they need the same things that you're telling your son. Right. So why not reciprocate that to your partner, so things can kind of go the way you want them to go?
That is a single person, Helen. Facts. The women who say this, or even if it's a man, that might be a single person. But I do want to say, if I let my ego speak, Oh man, this is about to get ugly. If I let my ego speak, my ego will tell you that it's kind of hard for women to keep my attention because you can't 90% of y'all can't match me mentally or physically. So yes, you're going to have to do some shit. I'm sorry. You're going to have to fucking catch up. I'm sorry.
And please,
But this is where women fail to realize what's wrong with that.
and please,
Like, what's wrong with having
Ish,
to catch up? What's wrong with having to put in the work?
Now. Ish, because they're so conditioned to all I gotta do is bat my eyes and be cute. Give them some coochie every once in a while.
That's exactly where I was going. Miss us with the over-sexing us. Right. That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Miss us with the sexual talk that you think that's what we all about. That's not. Care less about that shit. Get it anywhere. I don't give a fuck. So stop always throwing that shit up in my face as if it's a whatever. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying that's what we experience. Where, all right, well, this, that, and the third, and it always comes back to sex. Fuck all that. That means nothing to a nigga that's got a shit.
That's that. That means nothing to a nigga that is him. Because he can get it anywhere. That's nothing to a nigga that is him.
Well, yeah. And that's what we see, and just to make it a point of why we talk the way we talk, because we hear these conversations of what we bring to the table. Like y'all say what y'all bring to the table, but do y'all really bring that to the table?
That's what I mean. They want to stand on the Susie Homemaker shit, and a lot of y'all not even Susie Homemakers, so you're not even bringing that to the table.
Just think, Susie Homemaker went out of style in the 60s. My mother was born in the 60s. She came up not wanting to be a Susie Homemaker, so she taught me how to cook and clean. She taught me how to raise, how to keep a house.
But
I'm a boy. I'm a man.
But let's stay there now. Why are I'm not going to just put this on women, but I'll put this on women for the instance of this argument. Why do you stand on traditions that didn't work in those traditions?
But they stand on those traditions and still don't do those traditions.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we could stay right there now, because if you think about how we all were raised as young women, and the things that we were taught and the things that we were told how they should be over the years has taught us that that does not work.
Right.
That does not work. And it is okay to be appreciative of a man, to chase a man, to show a man, to do the work, to put in the work. And it's okay to do that. But the problem is that it's so hard to break away for certain individuals, so hard to break away the traditions that they are not able to.
Let's stay right there.
To do anything else.
Why is it so hard for them to break away from shit that ain't working?
Well, I mean, when I had the conversation with somebody, it was considered brainwashed. Because they're brainwashed, because it's hard to strip away the values that were instilled in them by people that meant something to them. So therefore, if my grandmother or my mother or people who I looked up to and I learned from and I was taught from, and I'm just putting myself in this place. I'm a very liberal woman, so I'm a different type.
Let's stay right there. They be talking about, I learned this from my mother or my grandmother, and then you look at their mother and their grandmother, and they're both single.
But as a young woman, that you don't look at that.
Or you look at the mother and grandmother, and the grandmother and mother had 9 kids by 7 different niggas.
Right, but as a young girl, when you're 7 or 8 or 9, and you're being taught this, you're not looking in the context. Your brain is not functioning well enough to look at that. All you're doing is hearing, my grandmother told me this. My mother told me that. That was law. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it made sense. I'm just saying, like, at 8, you're not looking at, oh, well, my grandma got 10 kids by 8 different baby daddies, and the shit that she's teaching me is wrong. I'm saying that this is what they're teaching me, and this is what I should be knowing and understanding, and this is how I'm going to live my life, and this is why the cycle continues.
Can I ask a question? Didn't
Yeah.
it also teach you to watch the company you keep?
Absolutely.
So why do y'all keep company of single women who have these ridiculous ideologies and keep pumping this bullshit in your head, only to sit back and be dating these no good ass niggas that they tell you to stand clear of?
Well, when you're an adult and you're able to make choices of who you befriend and who you choose to bring into your circle or who you choose to whatever, then you're making a conscious decision. When you're 8 or 7 or 8 and you're learning certain shit and certain ideologies, you don't have no choice but to hear it and to take it in, and that's how you choose to operate.
And
when you're a grown woman and you choose to do that, then you don't have no choice but to blame yourself for the company that you keep.
But they don't blame themselves, they blame us.
Right.
They don't blame the company that they keep, they blame us and say, oh, we was no good niggas. We was narcissists. We was this, that, and the third. Instead of every 6 niggas that they've been with in the past year, and it ended the same way, they always want to blame someone else but themselves.
Right. Well, we circle back to that all the time now. We circle back to accountability. Nobody stands on being accountable. Now, for the people that choose to be accountable, then sure, absolutely. But for the most part, who's sitting and being accountable for their messy ass shit that they choose to bring across? It's not just one person.
Let's stay right there, Ish, on that accountability word, because I do want to say that you can't look at somebody like a Carisha or a Young Miami and say, I'm going to live that lifestyle, but you don't look like Carisha. So you have to know what you're qualified for. You're not qualified for this fucking lifestyle. Cut it the fuck out.
So let me ask y'all something.
No,
do y'all feel like the women,
if you don't got tough skin and you can't handle the shit that you put, then don't put yourself in front of it.
So let me ask you right there now. Let me ask you something. Do you feel like the women who choose to stay in those spaces and are not able to back it up or are not able to have the tough skin, do you think that is a lack thereof, or do you think that is just past behaviors that are just
no? You
continued?
know what it is? Again, is that word accountability. Nobody wants to ever place their feet. They always want to find another person to point the finger at because it's easy. It's never easy to look inside of myself and say, damn, I kind of fucked that up. I fucked it up. So let me now go back out there and clean up my fuck up, my mess. Excuse my language, my mess, clean up my mess. No, I'd rather blame them because it's easier. Right. So if I blame them, then hopefully they'll go on a defense and make me and give me what I wanted to hear because they're defending themselves against my nonsense.
No, hold on, because I want to backtrack a little bit. And even when you look at Carisha, she's still single. What the fuck are we doing?
What do y'all think about this single by choice? Did we talk about that?
Everybody wants to be linked. I'm sorry, like everybody needs compassion and companionship. Everybody wants it, regardless if you want to do it on a singular scale or you want some type of companionship. Yeah, you can be single by choice. We are single by choice. If you're single, yes, you're single by choice. That's your choice to be single. But yeah, yet and still, you still want some sort of companionship. It's just the way of the world.
Right.
We don't come into this world not wanting to be loved and held and kissed and loved and adored and liked. We do that. You know why? Because if we didn't, we wouldn't want likes and love from post. We wouldn't put ourselves out there to see how many people was going to like our post or like our pictures or anything like that. So we crave that. So when people say they're single by choice, is a cop-out. It's the saying, I want to not be realistic with myself. I want to tell myself lies so I can continue to go on.
No, I want to ask Ish a question. So Ish, because I know you've heard this from some of the girls in your circle. What is that conversation?
The conversation, Ish, tell us. Tell us. What's the conversation?
That's a tough. Listen, that is a conversation that just goes in circles and circles and circles and circles and circles because nobody ever sees the end point. Nobody ever sees the end point. So the conversation constantly goes around and around and around. Well, he's not deserving of it. Well, I'm supposed to be cared for. Well, it is a man's job to do X, Y, and Z. Well, I mean, you know, it is a mundane conversation between women at times. You know what I mean? And not that we don't always, you know, maybe relate at some intersection, but the problem is there is never a resolution. Why? Because nobody ever steps outside of themselves to say, hey, here's what this man deserves.
Point
blank, period.
Can I just make a blanket statement and say, I'm sorry, ladies, but the value of pussy has gone down.
Yeah, they listen.
Sorry,
it ain't the $40 no more.
Yes, the value of pussy has gone down. So y'all want to be sitting around thinking y'all sitting on these golden boxes. Your pussy ain't no better than the next girl's pussy. Sorry, the value of pussy has gone down, and you cannot stand on that and think that you're gonna keep your man at home happy and satisfied. You have to feed him more than that. Sorry. Yes. And you cannot withhold that from him and all of the shit that y'all try, all the games that y'all try to play, because niggas can go outside and get some pussy. This ain't and the some good days. Pussy. Yeah, this is not the olden days when a nigga had to struggle and had to be happy that he had you.
Now, not at $7 now. It went from 40 to 7.
I don't know. I don't buy no yams. I don't buy the ass.
I mean,
I don't buy that.
No, but pussy is made to be good. There's some trash ones out here, but it's a lot of great ones, and so you gotta bring them to the table than that.
Right, but stop weaponizing it. It's not a fucking weapon, and it's not something that I have to hold to this fucking extreme. Like the same way you might be giving me some, I'm giving you some dick, shorty. What the fuck we talk about?
Right, but if you notice, that's only coming from individuals that don't have nothing else to offer, and that clearly outlines exactly what it is straight from the gate. When you have an individual that does that, that is it. It's no layers. It's no layers. Sure, we all got good pussy out here. Some of us, like, you know what I mean? Therefore, what else do you have? If you use that as a weapon, then that's all you have. Well, no, I know. I just was generally speaking. I can't speak for nobody trash pussy.
It's not something that it's not something that I think that y'all can just stand on. Like, I'm over here, I got the pussy. No, shorty over there got pussy too. What we talking about?
And then the shorty next to her got a. They lined up. But I mean, if you take out of context on the other side, we say the same thing about y'all and y'all dicks.
I don't run around like that.
But there are men who do. See, like, we know this. Like, we don't do
that shit like y'all do. Each it's not even
no,
close.
No, not at all. Not even close. But it does happen. Right. It does happen.
So can we take out that? Can we take out those mitigating factors right there? Let's take out the niggas that's doing it. Let's take out all that. Let's put in perspective, real life, real shit. This conversation that we can see, that we can live is. The grand scheme of things should always be, how can I improve on or continue to keep what I got in front of me healthy?
Facts.
Right? Just like we go and check on our own bodies to make sure that we're healthy, we should be consistently doing that for our relationships, because that is a part of our body, of our being, I should say. So why are we not looking at that and saying, what all can I do to facilitate a healthy relationship with my partner?
No. Can I ask you a question now? All right. So how often are you asking a woman You good? And how often is she saying, "Are you good?"
If you ask mine, she's going to probably say far and few between, or it lacks, right? But I would much rather my actions instead of me saying you good
Mm.
provide that. And maybe I need to ask that. Maybe I need to verbalize that instead of allowing my actions to kind of pick up the "are you good" situation. But I am a little bit more cognizant in these spaces right here. When we had these conversations, I'm a little bit more cognizant of not just my feelings,
Right.
but also hers as well. Like, yo, you cool? Like I even to the point where I might even run a conversation past like, yo, how you feel if I did this?
Mm.
Like if I went here or if I do this, like you cool? Like just because I want to cut down the bullshit.
Right.
I'm more or less trying to save on bullshit than be on bullshit. Because for me, mentally, it affects me.
Right.
When my health
Right.
not where I need to be, and what constitutes my health is my relationship, because it's a part of what I got going on in life. So
Facts.
I want that to be the case. Now, not to say that we don't have arguments and we don't fight and we don't disagree and she don't have her feelings and I got my, yeah, that's normal.
Mm.
But my mind is trained to, all right, once we get past that, or once we had that moment, we go to our corners, we breathe, and then we hopefully have a common ground where we say, damn, you know what? I miss this motherfucker. Let me say hi to him, or let me like extend
Facts.
the olive branch. But no, sometimes we carry we carry arguments on weeks and shit, like, and be for what? It just be
Right.
like, wow. Because again, coming on tonight, I needed to come on tonight. So it was imperative that I came on tonight, because to say we put so much energy into being upset
Facts.
that we are killing not only ourselves, we're killing the health of our relationship, and we're killing memories and bonds that we are going to miss when it's no longer there.
Facts.
I'm dealing with something right now that has me questioning my presence in this person's life. Like,
Mm.
damn, did I do enough? Damn, was I there as much as I could have been? Damn, did I put my job over me loving family like the way I said I need to or want to? Or how I'm questioning. Every fiber of me is under investigation because I no longer can go back and fix that. So I don't want that to be the case going forward. So that's why I said work on that shit when you can,
Facts.
instead of letting that shit prolong and we being our feelings and we arguing and fussing, because at the end of the day, you can't get that time back. You can't get that time back, and it's crucial. I cry every night for the past 2 weeks because I'm sitting here wondering if I could have done more, what I could have done better, how could I had a better presence, how could I had a better love, how could I have shown more compassion and empathy and just myself to this person, because now I can't. So when we speak like this, it ain't to go back and forth to put men against women. It's not a thing of trying to find fault and trying to poke holes in the next person's shit. It's more or less a way of us gathering, wrapping our arms around each other and saying, yo, I got you.
Facts.
Like, right? Like I'm going through this shit right now. You got other people in the comments going through what they're going through. You know what you know what people will say to you when they hear something going on? I'm here for you.
Are you really?
Yeah, but that's what does that really mean? What does you being here for me mean for me?
Mm.
It sounds good. It hits in the moment, but what does that really mean? Be here for me how I need you to be here for me.
Let me ask Ish a question. Ish, I just want to say this to the women, and hopefully y'all don't take this the wrong way. Um, why is it so hard for y'all to let go of the negative energy? No.
$7. I said it went from
Why,
40
why
to
is it so
7.
hard of
Lord Jesus.
y'all to let go of the negativity?
Yeah, what's up with it?
In what capacity?
In all capacities, this person
Just
hurt
in
me,
general.
or I'm jaded from my past relationships, whatever it may be. Why is it so hard for y'all to let go of that negative energy? Because it's not doing neither one of us no good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm only going to be able to speak for me, right? And I'm not going to generalize women because I know that there'll be women saying, well, not me, not me, not me, right? But for me, until I was able to do some work on myself, the reason that I held on to negative energy was because it was easy. It was easy. It was easy to stay there. It was easy to wallow in it. It was easy to say, you're a fuck. You're doing it. Not me.
Oh my God.
You're doing it. It was easy for me to do that.
God.
Like, it was easy. And you live life in this bubble with a glare over your eyes, right? And it's easy to say, I'm cool. I'm not holding on to nothing, and it's everybody else around me. That's, from my perspective, that's why, because it's easy.
All right, so even in it being easy, why choose to live in that space? Why not just detach yourself? If you feel this kind of way about this person, just detach yourself. Leave them the fuck alone. Don't keep that negative energy in the space with both of y'all.
There's this thing called ego. There's this thing called not wanting to be imperfect. There's this thing called, it ain't me. That's why you don't do those things, because you don't want to have anyone question you and how you are as an individual and how you are as a woman and how you are as a person, because it's easy to say, I am that, I am everything, I am the be all, the end all, to be all to every person, every human being, every man. I'm right, I can do no wrong, I'm the perfect woman, I suck the perfect dick, I cook the perfect meals, I do everything perfectly, I'm the best sister, I'm the best mother, I'm the best auntie, I'm the whatever. I am. It's easier to facade and to say, I'm perfect. It's you. You're the problem.
Like,
it's not easy to go vice versa.
I mean, I know it's not easy, but at some point we gotta grow up. Like, what the fuck? But I even asked the girl, one of the girls that posted this. My question was, are you upset? Like, is it not okay for a man to be chased, or is that just not for you? And I said, that's okay if that's not for you, but you can't be upset at a man who wants to be chased
at all.
Like, why is this something that women are upset about? Because a man might know his value, and he might know that he brings X, Y, and Z to the table, or he might, feel confident in himself that he might want to be chased. Why is that a problem? Why is he sassy? Why is it always negative connotations on him because he wants something for himself?
Because wouldn't it be easier to say he's sassy than to say, I just can't do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
I just can't.
That's what I said. It's fine.
Provide what a good man needs.
That's
Isn't it easier to say he's sassy?
Right. That's why I said it's fine. Just say it's not for me. That's fine.
Right.
But you don't have to put the shit on him because
even that's hard. It's not for me. Some people can't even say that. Like, I can commend you for living your life how you choose to live your life and wanting to be chased and knowing your value or whatever the case may be. But that's not the space that I want to live in. It's not for me. That's because why? Critique even comes with, it's not for me. Because even when you say it's not for me, people can't even stand on the fact that it is not for them, because they are afraid of what the next person is going to say when you say it's not for me. So therefore, you live in a safe space where you just feel like you're perfect and everybody else is the problem.
This is craziness.
So what do we do? No, so
y'all can't do nothing.
That's what
People
I'm
have
saying.
y'all can't do nothing because it's going to be forever a cycle. People have to start doing the work on themselves, and that's not just women, that's men too. I don't not, you know what I mean? I'm just going to generalize people and humans, period. People have to start doing the work on themselves. They can't say, oh, I know, oh, I know and I understand. We got to start doing the work on ourselves, because
Like,
even
no,
outside relationships and people coming in, if you're not doing the work on yourself, it's going to forever be a cycle.
no, you have no idea of the amount of women that hate that we speak. They only want us to get up and go to work, and come home, and don't say shit, and tend to them. You have no idea of the amount of women that only want us to do that. They don't want us to have feelings. They don't want us to have opinions. They don't want us to have none of that.
I get it. I get that on a whole scale of, oh, you do a podcast and you talk like this and you do that and you don't do this, and I hear it. I get it. I understand it wholeheartedly. That's why I'm sitting here trying to understand, what do we do to get through that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to just take, some people to be able to step outside of their norm and what they're normally used to and used to doing, and doing some work on themselves in order for things to be okay on the receiving end. Right? If a scorned woman or a negative woman or a woman that's holding on to negative thoughts and feelings takes a minute to work on herself, it'll be so much clearer for her, where you guys won't have to do anything. You know what I mean? Because she's going to be coming to you whole, and y'all won't have to do anything but love one another and not try to go through what I can't, what I won't, what I'm not, why. It's too much work right now.
A lot of times, I'm not going to just say women. This is for men and women. A lot of times, people get defensive because some of the shit that's being said to them is true.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That is so true. That is so true. I'm triggered a lot of times because I forget the work that I have done on myself, and I think about the shit that I used to be and what I used to do and what I used to say, and I'm triggered by just thoughts of that, and then I gotta come back full circle and be like, hold up, bitch, wait a minute, you done did the work on that. That ain't you no more. But it sometimes taps into the center core of what you are, what you used to be, and it just happens.
It's craziness, man. I employ everybody to
chase you, man.
Listen,
chase.
No, not to chase. I mean,
chasing.
To step out of your emotions sometimes. Like, sometimes everything is not an emotion filled moment. Like, listen to what's actually being said and then look at it logically. Like, if you tell me, yo, I don't like you, I don't like X, Y, and Z, I can't get in my feelings about it every time you fucking do that shit. Like, where are we going? If every time you say something to me, I get in my feelings. Where are we going? No, just fucking listen to what the person is saying.
And be receptive on both ends.
Right.
You have to be receptive. A conversation can't just be from one person. It gotta be listened to by both parties and adjusted. Right? We gotta normalize being able to just have a conversation amongst the two of us. And again, the conversation can get heated.
Right.
The overall ultimate goal should be, damn, I seen his passion, I seen her passion within that conversation. Let me listen to what they were saying. Let me put my hearing aid in and turn it up so I can hear what they saying, so I can understand their plight. And everything ain't always meant to destroy. Everything ain't always meant to break up. It could just be, this is needed to help us strengthen what we got. But tighten our belt a little bit tighter.
Just wrap our arms around a person, just like, I love you, baby. We gonna get through this. We cool. We got it. Everything ain't always meant to for the other person to get a one up, or this person to be in their feelings and be upset and mad for. It just don't lend itself well in the grand scheme of things. Do we use words like I love you, I love you, I love you, but then you don't love me when you in your bag. Right. You hate me when you in your feelings.
Right. I want to say shout out to Helen, and let's take the word chase out of it.
Yeah.
And if you love somebody, show them that you love them.
Love them.
It's a real
Right.
fucking simple thing. You can't sit around and just like, no, they just supposed to show me that they love me. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
It's just like anything else. You can't keep taking and not put nothing back in. You keep walking to your refrigerator and you keep taking out. At some point, that motherfucker gonna be empty.
Be empty.
I'm back. You can't keep driving your car and not put no gas into it. It ain't gonna start.
Thanks.
You gotta put something back into it the same way you take from it. And you ain't less than a person by putting something back. That ain't chasing. That shit called I'm in it for it with you. I'm in love. So I'm gonna do what I can to make sure the health of this relationship is going. And everybody gonna put in different amounts at different times. You might got somebody who's putting in a bean, 100 at one point, and the other person not. And that's cool at that point. But that other person might switch up, and then they don't. At the end of the day, the shit just equals itself out, because at the end of the day, it's all about y'all too.
Facts.
We need to get the fuck up out these feelings that ain't taking us nowhere.
Facts. So I said, where the fuck are we going? Like,
it's nutty. It's sitting there corny. Like, it's corny for us to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in our feelings and not speaking to a person just cause. You gotta look back and like, what was we really arguing and fighting for? What was we beefing for that we couldn't even talk or say I love you? Or whatever. It's shit corny. Like, it's bigger shit and important shit out here to worry about. Then we can't fix something that we say we want with each other. And if it means chasing me or chasing you, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm going to do what I gotta do. Who I want to be with. And I think people so hung up on these where I'm not. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Thanks.
Y'all chase the mailman down when y'all want y'all.
Listen.
Y'all chasing whoever you gotta chase when you want something to get done. Chase your nigga that chase
Can people
and that you got in a relationship with.
No. Can people not see when they being selfish? Is that what it is?
That's what I was gonna say. Is it a form of selfishness?
People don't care.
Oh,
Selfishness
okay.
is a I don't care, right? Because people they'll show you that they're being selfish and they just hinge on it. It is what it is. Deal with it.
Hold on. Look at this one. What?
That's just, again, what that is I don't understand men because I don't understand them having emotions.
Right.
I don't understand them having wants and needs. So because I am not the only one and they don't conform to what I'm saying, that I'm just going to give up.
You don't
just imagine if we gave up every time we didn't. We wouldn't get nowhere.
Right. You don't give up, Brenda.
I'm a person who will admit my selfishness, but I can see it. I can see when I'm being selfish. Like, I don't understand when people just can't even see the shit that they're doing. Like how you don't see that? Like, how you don't see you wanted to go to A, B, and C, and I didn't want to go, but because I like you or I fuck with you, I went. But you didn't see that you ain't do shit for me? How you don't see that? I be lost. How you don't see it?
Sometimes, people don't want to see it.
Or Are we listening? Like, are we listening? Some like this thing. Let's look at it like this. If you poll everybody in the audience and ask them who's with someone, what does your mate need?
Right.
Would they give a generic answer or would they be spot on?
Yeah, half of them won't even know, or
And
more
you
than
know
half
what's
of them
so
won't even
funny
know.
about it is that person could have told them exactly what they told them they wanted, but they didn't want to listen because the moment they heard it, they went back to what they wanted and needed instead of listening. Right? I need to listen to understand what you want and just give you what you want. If you go to a restaurant and you order prime rib with the side of macaroni and collard greens and the waitress bring back ribs, you're going to be like, you didn't listen.
Right.
It's the same exact thing. And we all fall victim of not truly listening because we want to interject our emotions into it. Oh, we got to interject. Well, but, oh, sorry, and that's all words of I'm not listening. The moment you say
That
but,
listening thing is crazy,
the moment
dog.
you say but, somebody is saying something, oh, I understand, but that means you didn't listen. You don't give a fuck to understand what they saying because you needed to put your butt in there. Hear them, carry it out. Stop needing to say but, and so this. Just say, okay, I heard you. Let's do it. Them butts and them ands and them shows and them first off and that shit is meaning. You know what you just told me? I heard you, but I don't give a fuck.
I don't care, right?
And I'm one of them motherfuckers. I am one of them motherfuckers that will stop you dead in your motherfucking tracks and say, who you think you talking to? That's what infuriates me. That's what grinds my gears, scuffs my boots, tears my shirt off of my back, is when somebody says, but after I said something to them. Because you know why? I'm not dumb enough to understand that you're not listening to me.
Facts. Let's wrap this up, people.
Oh no, you see now, hey.
Episode 144, people. make sure y'all have hit that thumbs up button underneath the video. Make sure y'all continue to share the video and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff.
I told my pastor I got a spiritual advisor by the name of D Williams. I love her to death. I told her there will be no more profanity coming out of these lips.
Oh shit!
Because she told me she was going to watch.
Good luck.
But she couldn't hear me cussing. So I said, "Oh, because you are my spiritual advisor, I will no longer use profanity." I think I broke that. I'm sorry.
Good luck. I like her, man. I'm sorry. I like her.
Forgive me. See,
I don't have to have a ratchet potty mouth, but I do
Look,
like
next week I promise to be different.
I got a potty mouth for sure.
I promise to be better. I appreciate it though. I'm sorry.
No,
But
do you have anything for the people, man? It's football season. What's up?
Going to 30 seconds. I've been under a rock here for the past 2 weeks. I thank y'all again for rocking with us here at Uncensored Minds. Tonight show was a direct reflection of what love looks like and loving unconditionally. The show started with Ish so beautifully and eloquently and just so detailed her prayer for me and my family. And so for Barbara, who's also dealing with some family things as well. But it didn't go unnoticed. It didn't fall on deaf ears. But that right there is what we talk about each and every Sunday when we come on here and we have these open forums of communication. And when we speak about loving unconditionally, right? You got three different dynamics here. You got Ish, you got T, and you got myself. And we come together and we give y'all laughs. We give y'all entertainment. But hopefully one thing that we are showing you and telling you is that we love each other unconditionally. And that spills over into our everyday life. And I want to leave y'all with this. I love each and every one of y'all
without hesitation. I will go to the ends of the earth for anybody. In saying that, we got to stop just saying we love people, and we got to show them. We got to show them immediately, because this thing that we call life is so fragile and so precious, yet so necessary, that it needs us to continuously work on ourselves so we can provide that love that we say we need to those that we say we love. As we speak each and every Sunday, this has become a therapy session for a number of us, because we come here and we lay down our troubles wherever we lay them down at 9 o'clock, and we enjoy each other until we hit the end. And then we pick those troubles back up right on after the show. But this is a place that is wrapped with love. Um, if life hasn't taught us one thing, is that nothing is promised to none of us but heartache, laughter here and there, but death at the end of it all. And while we have the opportunity to be here in the physical, let's do everything that we can to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to put our best foot forward. And not all the time is that going to be the case, but find it in your heart to forgive. Find it in your heart to love. Find it in your heart to just knock down those selfish walls that you've built up to protect yourself. Knock them down, because there's somebody on the other end of that wall, looking to pull you close and love on you. There's somebody on the other side of that wall chipping away, trying to get to you, to show you that they genuinely love you without condition. Let's not wait till that person is laying on that bed, can have hear you, or have be is in and out of consciousness. Let's not wait till we're going into a funeral home and that body is laid out in the front, in the front of the congregation for us to all view, and utilize them with words that we no longer can speak to them in the presence. Now is the time to do just that. Right our wrongs, figure out our inequalities, and make them pros to our cons. Tonight was difficult for me in a number of different instances, because I'm so programmed at 9 o'clock to turn the lights on and go live and be Nell. But just the raw emotions of what I'm facing. I'm going through, my family is facing. I needed just to have that time to myself. And this, for the first time in a very long time, I am at a vulnerable place that I can't figure out. And I always have some sort of understanding of me. But I'm also real and understanding that I'm not in a good place. So this is when you dive deep within yourself, and you look at yourself holistically, and you say, what is it that I can do to strengthen the bonds that I have, not just with others, but also with myself? How can I proverbially right my wrongs so those things are not carried over day after day after day? Because at that moment, when that moment is no longer, all you're left to do is stand there and hold memories. And those memories hurt, because you'll never get the opportunity again to see them in the physical, which is much more telling. So as I sit here in front of you, I say thank you. I thank you for the love. I thank you for the support. I thank you for, just the forum to come and just lay out my truth. I thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. I thank you for allowing me to be strong. I thank you for holding me accountable for my shit. I thank you for understanding that I am not perfect. But I also thank you for supporting us here at Uncensored Minds, because without that, where would I go? Outside of my support system, which is amazing. So I thank you. I implore you. I beg of you to mend those fences, to get in front of those people that you love, that you want, that you need, and fix it, correct it, and make it right. Because not until then are you fulfilling your promise. Not until then are you living within your truth of the person that you say you want to be. I love you. I thank you. And I need you all to come back and support us here on any and everything that we got going on. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Catch us this Wednesday at 8 p.m. for Telemade Kicks. Catch us for Intimate Conversations. Catch us this Saturday for Make It Make Sense. Catch us again this Sunday coming up for Uncensored Minds. Because it's imperative that we continue to keep on going, because the love is strong and the love is much needed. Thank you for everybody that's out there that supports us. I know I say that 1,000,005 times, but it gets us through our pains. Another person that is going through something too that I want y'all to put your prayer hands in for. We haven't seen this young lady in a couple of weeks, but Marilyn also, she has lost someone. She lost her brother last week. She needs our prayers as well as she's going through. Barbara, as her family searches for her niece and hopefully is brought back safely. But then we got beautiful times like last night, each celebrating her birthday, getting another year older, right? And then we'll go into the holiday seasons, and we'll be with our families and we'll love on them. Just do your very best at being your very best. Love yourself, love each other, and put God first. And that's us here at Uncensored Minds. We thank you for showing up tonight. We appreciate you all.
All right, people, it's been real. Y'all piss me off. but it's all good.
I need a nap.
It's all good. Each is still drunk from last night. No, got
And still drinking.
No, got the $7 for anybody who try to holler. $7 holler. $7 holler.
I got
$7 holler.
It makes sense shirt. That's all I
$7 holler in the t-shirt. You get $7 in the t-shirt. $7 holler, man.
That's all I can afford.
Yeah.
This is Uncensored Minds, people. It is what it is. Episode 144. Thank you for everybody who tuned in. Thank you for everybody who continues to support us. And we will see y'all.
And I ain't that booked and busy that I can't come on here and even though I got my own shit. Fuck out of here.
Booked and busy, man. Booked and busy.
I don't even like that show.
Bye. I can't. Everybody have a beautiful.
Who said that?
Everybody have a beautiful week.
I can't. I can't. Love on your people, man.
Yes, love on your
people. Get out of your ego. Love on your people. Stop being jaded. Make up your mind. Pick a side. Either you want to be with somebody or you don't. Stop the dumb shit.
Only S that we appreciate over here is S gang. That's selfish.
S gang, what up?
Get it is not. Yes, selfishness out of here. And it's no such thing as I can't or I won't.
Facts.
Tap into your folks.
All right, people. Deuces.
Cash at me.